of them whenever I get them all set up.
No, that's great. No herpes for you.
Yep.
Hey.
So hopefully I will sound better than I'll ever have. Hopefully.
And we're live.
There we go.
Yay!
Although it's funny, the little button is still saying off air to me, but
But
I do see the thing where it says the Arcade Hangout is live.
Well, welcome everybody to the Arcade Hangout. Our sound effects, Jim Norris is not here today from the Howard Stern Show, so we're going to settle for a bell. Welcome to the Arcade Hangout, America's longest running live arcade podcast. We're up to episode 145. And we're a group of friends that like to get together once a week, if possible, and chat about arcade games and what we're doing and what things we have hidden under the bed or in our refrigerators. And usually we give a question. We put up a question of the week. And I don't think we really established.
we could. Nobody expressed any enthusiasm whatsoever for any of the questions.
I tried.
Yeah. Well,
why don't we just go around the room and talk about what we've done with arcade games this lately? Does that sound good?
That sounds fine.
Yeah.
We'll just talk about what games we're working on or we're trying to buy or anything like that. And if you notice, we all are in costume. Buffett is in his Easter costume.
Yep, absolutely.
Costumes.
Delightful.
We got Andrew as a hacker anonymous. Please don't hack me tonight.
I'm gonna wear this for about 10 more minutes and then I'm fucking done.
Yeah, I mean it's hot.
Yeah. Well, as soon as you want to have something to drink or smoke.
This is the problem. Like, this doesn't fucking work.
No, that doesn't fly.
Yeah, that's the point of what we're doing here. So,
yeah, that won't work. Drinking beer in a straw is gross. Yuck.
Oh wait, I gotta
it doesn't foam right, huh?
Yeah, that's so gross. That's like people that put ice cubes in their beer. I think that's so gross too.
What?
Ew.
I've
Yeah,
never
my mom does
salt
it.
or pepper in their beer.
Oh.
Like, why?
Oh, really? Yeah. No. And Carrie, are you Jinkies?
Jankies.
Jankies Thelma today?
Yes.
Now I can finally ask you the question: are you a lesbian? Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just want to know.
And I'm already.
Well, there was this one time at band camp.
Carrie missed all the not safe for work posts about Velma.
Yeah.
What?
When I started posting the links to the pictures that you'd posted, Steve.
Oh yeah.
He was like, oh shit. Yeah, that's a whole different story for.
Oh, you mean so you posted? You just saw the top half, not the bottom, where she's wearing like panties or whatever.
Any of those pictures?
Oh,
none of that.
Because I wasn't part of that channel until very recently.
Oh.
So I was like, whoosh. So when I got on.
Well, we'll talk about that off air.
Yeah, I guess we get about that.
Hot Thelma.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with Thelma.
I sent her the pictures.
We're talking about, for people that are listening, we're talking about Jessica Negri, who does a lot of cosplays, and she did, of course, she does a hot version of like Freddy Krueger or the Thelma or
Jinkies, those photos.
Whatever. And I posted them in our Not Safe for Work, and she's wearing clothes. It's always panties and a bra.
Yeah, she's a hottie.
Yeah, everybody likes Jessica.
She's
a favorite of the internet, of course. Anyway, so let's move along. We have C. Bart, and he's dressed as Chef Tell from PM Magazine. Only my age. People my age would get that. No, so C. Bart, you're a chef tonight?
Chef Linguini. Look at the hat.
Chef Linguini. Oh, look at his head. Oh, that's awesome.
I can't wait to take it off because I got so many Christmas lights up there right now.
Oh, that is so cool. I love that. So if you look in C. Bart's hat, he's got a little friend in there. That is fucking cool.
It's my little chef.
He's Ratatouille.
Yeah, Ratatouille. That's it. I couldn't remember it.
Ratatouille's the rat. Linguini's the chef.
Yeah.
Oh, that is.
I didn't have time to dye my hair.
I figured you were one of the chefs from Food Fight.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Damn. Where was that idea
Actually,
2
yeah.
days ago?
Get points for.
Wait, Seabart, say something so I could take a picture of you. All right, hold on. Seabart, say something.
Say something so Muck can take a picture of it.
And him.
Wait, don't say that. So, yeah.
Of course, he'd be Freddy.
There we go. Okay, I got you. I got to show that to my wife. She'll get a kick.
Smile.
Got it. Okay, and moving along, we have
You can unpresent me
Jim
now.
as the other part of the dual couples costume.
The couple that was never meant to be.
Yeah, that's right.
My God.
And
You're the sexiest fucking platinum
Jim
blonde.
is Scooby Doo, right?
that role's being played by Zadie.
You've got your ascot and your Freddie Prinze Jr. blonde hair.
By the way, I discovered that that he wears like the impossible getup because in the pictures only the little whatever you call these are sticking
That's
out.
an
in the
ascot.
front. You don't actually see it around his neck, so it's like he just pasted it on the front. like I'm like that's you can't do that. Like I discovered it.
It's like you hide it under your collar with that. But now
I tried. Like like you can't like put this any further down your. You have to have like this mutant neck or something.
What you could do is like cut it and just have that front part and make that behind like a clip on.
Yeah.
I think that's how they sell them. I was like, well,
Yeah.
fuck this. I'm not gonna pay for like something that can easily be constructed at a thrift store. So
the wig is for both of you. Really? Oh my God.
Beauty. I like it. I like the dual costume. I'll carry left. I like the dual costume.
I ran a comb through this thing too.
I had a friend couple back in I was in college days. They dressed up as the Blues Brothers, but yet he had his girlfriend dress up as Elwood, I guess. I was like, I thought that was funny.
That's a little weird when you go
A
back.
little weird, right? Yeah.
Foreplay is going to be a little strange for undressed.
Yeah. You're on top. No, I'm on top.
When did it be my turn to be the woman?
And I'm, of course, drunk mock with my hat.
You pitch the hat forward a little bit.
There.
Yeah, there you go. That's great.
So, yeah, this is. I do have a Devo costume somewhere, but it's been packed away. But I have the black outfit. I have the outfit that he wore when he in the Whip It video, where he's wearing the black with where it's cut off at the knees.
Now whip it.
And I had a whip. I'd whip it around. And then every time at a party, when the song "Whip It" come on, everybody would look at me like I'm supposed to perform for him or something.
Nice.
Dance, monkey, dance.
Yeah. Oh, it's my song. Oh, Andrew's changed costumes now. He's a real bad at aiming stormtrooper.
That's right. 2K.
Nice.
Stay on target. We're too close. Stay on target.
Yeah, that one that looks like a motorcycle helmet. Like that thing. Does that just does your face just roast in there?
There's a lot of breath recirculation for sure. Yeah, I mean there's breathing vents you have to put in the front, but yeah, fuck that. That's as long as I can wear that helmet.
Well, I was going to a party in Amityville.
It's with all those Star Wars helmets, they're just unbreathable. I don't know how those guys did shit in those things.
Oh yeah, that's why they bump their head on the ceiling and stuff.
Right. Yeah,
I have to open up my balcony door.
Your vision is basically like. I mean, like any Halloween mask, really. It's like nothing. You can't see anything.
No wonder they can't shoot worth shit. They can't see.
Well,
how come they're?
Luke says it in the fucking movie. I can't see this helmet.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
How come they can't shoot people like with guns, but when they get into a spaceship, they fuck up the whole fleet in the attack on the Death Star? They shoot everybody up, right? So they're better in the cockpit of a spaceship TIE fighter.
Wearing the same because I got one of those helmets too, and they're just as terrible to breathe.
Yeah.
Auto fire.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're God mode cheaters.
So anyway, we have to. I guess we're supposed to talk about arcade-related stuff
We are.
going on.
Does anyone have any spooky stories? I mean,
Yeah.
go ahead and just like get this out of the way because like this is not a Halloween episode.
Well, we were gonna try to do one, but we couldn't think of a good question Halloween-related because, what do we really say? We've already taled about a creepy pickup with Craigslist. We already got through that.
Games are not scary to play, so
No.
What?
How about have you had anything creepy happen to you when you were a little kid playing arcade games and had something happen to you? Hey, little boy.
Bad man touched me from behind while I was playing arcade.
I got candy.
You sure Chucky from Chuck E. Cheese didn't come up behind you and do something funny?
Oh,
I
man.
never had a frisky Chucky. That's a good.
Frisky Chucky.
You didn't tip him enough.
My parents didn't tip him enough. Like, will you please just take this kid away? It's like, load him up in your van. We don't want to take him home.
I'll even give you some candy.
Just forget him in the ball pit.
Ah.
I'll take him out later.
Oh, some of the animatronics were a little creepy. At Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
They were
They're like-
the Showtime. Yeah, same thing. Those were
Very clicky, too.
There were these like 3 birds off to the side, I remember. And it was real random that they would like move even during like their whole bit. And there's something not right about them.
It always bugged me that there was a Chuck E. Cheese above the stage, like it was like a marquee or something of a Chuck E. Cheese head. It was like out of gold or whatever, and you can see that the eyelid was supposed to blink it would blink one eye. You could see the animatronics in it to do that, but it would hardly ever work.
Was it actually supposed to be winking, or was it supposed to blink?
It would wink one eye once in a while. It was supposed to do it like a light would come on it. It would do it, but I hardly ever saw it do it. Weird. One of those things that broke and they just never fix it.
Never bothered. Yeah,
it just sat there. Yeah.
Drunk parents will never notice, and the kids are off playing games anyway.
Yeah.
So.
See if I can find a picture of that.
So other
Chuck E.
Have you guys ever played that? It's a newer game. What's it called? It's something in 4D. It's like dark something. It looks like you're sitting in a. It's like you're sitting in a booth, and it's supposed to. It's like this, like the movies, like in 4D, where they like blast you with air or whatever to simulate whatever's going on. There's some spooky shoot 'em up game. I've seen it at Dave and Buster's numerous times. I'm sure someone will post it. Maybe, but it's like you sit in this like booth. It's completely surrounded like dark curtain. I'll look it up. I'll find it. I can't remember what it's called. I've never played it, but it's supposed to simulate all that stuff. It measures your what's it for the arcade?
You measure your fuck?
I know this story.
Measure your fuck.
Oh, weird.
Dark Escape. It's called Dark Escape. And here, let me screen share this.
Yeah. I know Dave and Buster's has a bunch of those climb-in games like that, but I've never seen that one.
Okay, I posted in our IRC a picture. You can see above the stage there's like a Chuck E. Cheese head. If you look closely, the eyes, one of them has an animatronic eyelid to blink, but it never worked.
Sorry, I like how Jim has 3 Craigslist tabs open.
Well, yes, I do. Yeah, I've got one
LED
is they're all different words, or search terms. But yeah, I've never played that, but I was wondering if because it's supposed to, be spooky, be scary, and you apparently it's got like some sort of pulse sensor, so it measures your, when you get spooked or whatever, and it translates into the game. I'll stop screen sharing now.
Okay. Or can you pull up Steve's picture since you're Or did they-
Oh, am I still screen sharing? Jeez.
Well, no.
Okay. Wait,
Yes,
where'd you post it? In the
In
IRC?
IRC.
Oh.
Oh, that's not the one.
Careful, Jim.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
See what you're doing.
I clicked on Gleek's picture.
Oh boy.
Well, we've never been a family show.
So it's this thing?
I don't see it on your screen, Jim. Let's see.
Oh, there.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. So right above the stage, see
This
the
thing.
yeah. So one of those eyes has an eyelid, and once in a while a light would shine right on it, and it would wink at the audience. But I don't hardly ever remember it ever working. You guys don't remember that?
I am so much more familiar with
Mm-mm.
Showbiz than Chuck E. Cheese. I don't remember that at all. That whole stage looks really simple.
It is compared to what
Yeah.
the other one was. That documentary on it. What was that called? That documentary.
Oh, Rocket Fire Explosion.
Yeah, Rocket Fire Explosion. That's a great documentary, and that really goes through why it looks all shitty like this when it was way cooler before.
Where's
When they had a lot
Gleek?
more set design and more better costumes.
There, that's the one I accidentally clicked on.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
That was the one Gleek posted.
That's a good picture, Carrie.
All right.
I was going to say, in documentary, I believe that Scooby-Doo would pronounce that Rocky Rennery.
Rennery. Ruh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
Nice. You get the good gravelly. I can't do that one so much.
All right, so
Maybe
I'm
only
reading- I'm
after
reading all
late
the-
night shouting at Grinkers.
all right, so that Dark Escape features stereoscopic 3D screen. So you can wear 3D glasses, heart rate / panic sensors,
How does that
5.1 surrounds, right? Yeah, and rumbling seat air blowers.
That sounds like. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. The hardware.
So I want to say I had maybe like a lesser version of one of those. Went to that when I did that pickup a while ago, where I picked up that random pinball game for the guy in like Michigan. I held on to. Remember, it was the Zakarian like space somebody or other, and we went to somebody's arcade when Gorble, Joel, and I went to go pick it up. And so we went to his arcade and we got to do that. And they actually had a window so you could watch people, like, or it was
like this
yeah,
one.
not
I
window,
think,
but it was it was like televised kind of thing. So you could see people's reaction. Yeah, it was actually it was totally stupid, but it was fun.
So this says that to progress and use your weapon, players must hold on to the mounted gun controls. Each uses a panic sensor to display each player's heart rate on the screen. It also records panic attacks experienced thanks to the tense situations the game throws their way. Blah 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 blah.
I don't think there are any panic attacks experienced.
Built-in air blowers placed in the front and back to blast air on their necks.
It was silly. It was just silly fun, and I think it's kind of like at the gym where when you're like using the equipment and you're holding on, it gives you the heart rate.
Yeah.
I think it's the same kind of technology. It was totally fun.
Gimmicky, but fun. Yeah.
It was. What I experienced, it doesn't sound quite as fancy as what you're talking about, but it was a blast. Oh, pun intended.
I think we should switch our question to Carrie's suggestion where we talk about what's your earliest memory of a super scary movie that you watched, like maybe your parents took you to or your brother or sister had you watch and it scared the shit out of you. And then you watch it today and you go, what the fuck? That's not scary. That's stupid.
Oh, that's an easy one. I got to open up. I'm like roasting.
Well, everybody has one, I'm sure. So at least
roasted Jim.
Yeah, go for it, Jimbo.
Yeah.
Or Fred.
Yeah. Where you going, Fred?
Where you go, Fred?
Fred never hooked up with Thelma, though.
Yeah. Nobody did.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's too busy being solving the mysteries for everybody. This is a brain behind that outfit. Everybody else was like coattailing it, riding coattails.
Does a Zadie work for Ruby right at Snacks?
Oh, she does indeed.
All right, Jimbo, what's your movie?
The one that scared the shit out of me as a kid was, and this is all my fault because because I demanded to watch. It was the movie for the TV version of it, the original.
Oh, the
Tim
creepy
Curry.
clown with
Tim Curry.
How old were you when you saw that?
Let's see, what year? I would have been probably like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
My sister, who's 3 years older than me, she was big into like, big book junkie, and so she went through a big Stephen King phase when she was like 12, 13, 14, and so she rented it, and it comes in 2 VHS tapes.
Yeah.
And my parents were watching it with her, and they're like, no, you can't watch this, and it's like, you can't have a cookie, that sort of thing. I'm like, no, if my sister's watching it, then I get to watch it, that sort of thing. And I put up a hissy fit. All right, fine. And of course, I couldn't sleep for like a week.
Well, plus you're watching it.
It
Starts out with kids, so you're like, oh, this is cool. It's about kids.
Yeah.
I'm a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
I can identify with this.
Yeah, and of course now I watch it. I'm like, yeah, but I can see how it totally creeped me out. That was yeah, but it did suck. It's fun to think about now, but that movie totally scared the shit out of me. And now, although there are parts of it that I feel like are better than the new movie.
Yeah, let's talk about the new movie. Like, so how do you feel about that one by comparison?
I liked it a lot. I thought it was very well done, except for the ending. I thought it was stupid.
Yeah, it didn't have the gangbang scene, huh, Jim?
Yeah.
Well, neither did the TV version, Mark.
I know. For people that don't know, in the Stephen King version of the book,
yeah.
I was saying
at the very end,
for the people
Mark
that don't
just
know,
jumps right to it. Yeah. Well, we know your favorite part.
Hey, I didn't write it. I wouldn't have written that.
The first place Steve's brain goes to, hey, the gangbang.
Yeah, and for everyone else who doesn't know, Mock hosts our Not Safe for Work porn channel.
Yeah.
Quiet, you.
Host is a good way to put it.
One nut mock, gangbang Greg.
Oh boy, gangbang. Yeah, gangbang Greg.
Donkey Dog Doug.
Donkey Dog Doug.
All right, and those are all references to the SNL skit of Kavanaugh, where Matt Damon is Kavanaugh. Weird. So yeah, all these inside jokes that we have to explain.
Holy shit!
So,
Charlie
for some
Doug.
reason, Stephen King wrote in there that everyone was depressed and sad, and the only way to come out of the sadness is for everybody to love each other. And the best way to do that is to all have a giant sex fest with the girl. And I think she does each one.
I thought the reason behind that was so they could find their way out of the cave or whatever, out of the
They were trapped in. I think they do it inside the cavern, if I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. Weird.
Yeah. But yeah, the ending though I thought sucked compared to the TV
Everybody
version.
hated the ending. The TV movie ending sucked. Such a great build up.
No, the modern
new
We're
movie.
talking about the movie.
The newer one?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that ending sucked.
Yeah, it wasn't what it should have been.
Right.
The TV version did a way better job with the first half ending. Because the movie is the first half.
Yes,
Second,
that's more accurate to the book, actually.
Yeah, which was perfect, and so they fucked that up.
But I do like how they showed the many teeth come out of the monster, like it's like a outer mouth that would come out, like when they find their friend and he's hovering over the friend with all his teeth in his face, and he pulls them all out and gets up, and you're like, oh shit. And then it runs off.
Oh
that freaked me out. I was like, "Holy crap!"
It's Pennywise is so much more solid, scary in the movie, the modern movie, than he was in the series. Where he was scary and creepy, but had more humor to him.
Yeah,
but he was just straight out like, "Whoa!"
I know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it felt more supernatural, scary.
Especially when you twist himself in a knot and all that stuff.
Mhm.
You know, he's all backwards and things. It's like, oh,
Yeah. Spoilers. No, I was kidding. It's only a year old.
Yeah, if you haven't seen this movie, sorry.
Yeah, you weren't going to see it anyway.
Yeah.
We were going to see it for Halloween, fucker.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night.
I had the tape. I just got it from Amazon yesterday, asshole.
On VHS. I'm totally gonna watch this fucking thing.
The opening was awesome too. Where they actually show him bite off,
like the long arm that comes out to grab him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good pick, Jim. I like that pick.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. Thanks. I still watch the I like the I like Tim Curry, so it's hard.
I like the first part of it. I don't like the second part.
With the
I like the movie was entertaining, and I liked it, and I agree with Carrie that the ending was a little was weak. It could have been a little better, but because it was supposed to be whatever the kids are supposed to
use their
be the ones that control. Yeah, it's a mental thing. Right. Remember the kid pulls out his breathalyzer, goes, "This is acid."
Breathalyzer.
Yeah.
Give him the breathalyzer.
Oh, not the breathalyzer or whatever it is. The
inhaler.
The inhaler, that's it. Jim's breathalyzer.
Well, and they're all supposed to use their strengths and what they believe in, and instead just became like a physical battle with a face
bashing him with a bat and stuff.
Like,
right? Yeah, it should be more like the Dream Warriors.
Mental, yes.
We're the Dream Warriors. Yeah, but they did so many things right though. They did a good job of bringing it to the 80s. Like once again, that whole like 80s nostalgia thing that every movie is doing now.
Yeah.
But at least it made sense here because then they can have the part 2 take place in modern times.
Right. That's totally.
Yeah. I'm excited for that, but they
have they announced it? Is it like official?
Yeah.
They're doing it.
Oh yeah.
Yep. When's it coming out?
Yep. Next September, 2019. Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think they set the bar high, so I think it'll be tough. I think just if you have good kid actors, I think it's tough to match that with adult actors. And I think just with the book and the story, it's going to be a tough feat to accomplish because the second half is interesting, but I don't think it's as interesting, so to speak. But apparently, the rumor is that the kids are coming back because they'll have flashback sequences.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah,
that's
a good way to do it.
Yeah. So you gotta use your sound effect. Da-da-da. And then that's when I go.
Yeah.
You mean like this? But I didn't pass it.
Yay! Okay.
All right,
now you gotta pass it.
I'll pass it to you because I didn't pass it ahead of time.
Oh, that's all right. My parents took me to see American Werewolf in London. I was pretty young, and that movie fucked me up. That was good. The opening when they're just walking. Everyone's seen that movie, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so there's just so many scenes in that movie that it scared me as a kid. There's a sequence in it where he's dreaming, and then he wakes up from the dream, and he thinks you're done with that part, but really it's still he's in the dream, and the Nazis coming in and blowing everybody away. There's just a lot of really messed up parts in that movie, and it freaked me out. So I was in the movie theater, and I couldn't handle it. So about halfway through the movie, I left, and my parents just gave me some money, and I went out and I played arcade games in the theater lobby. And I was actually playing.
Nice.
I remember
VCR.
playing Asteroids Deluxe a lot.
Is that song played in the Transformation? You're talking about American
Werewolf in
London.
Yeah, American Werewolf in London. Yeah. So
you tied in at arcade games. Way to go, Steve.
I did. So yeah, I later watched it again. Later, and it was just an amazing visual movie, especially with the makeup effects and stuff. But yeah, just as a real young kid seeing that movie, it was pretty shocking to see, like that transformation and
oh yeah,
his friend that keeps showing up all fucked up. It gets worse as it goes, and yeah, I dig that movie. But yeah, it was pretty freaky when I was a kid seeing that one. So. Anyway, okay, I will pass it on to Andrew.
I feel like I've told this story before.
Yep, you
but-
have. Pass it.
Yep.
No, just kidding.
Next.
Yeah, just kidding.
No, there's only like 2 of us here tonight, so I'll go ahead and tell the story again.
I
But
count 6
So
or 5,
I know I'm just
but not
being
10.
sarcastic.
not
Yeah,
10.
Not
pretty much.
far from 10. No,
That's
so
right.
I remember. So the movie's Poltergeist, which came out in 82 or no 84. 84. So no, it was 82. But anyway, so I was young, but I remember like my parents had gone to see it, and the kids weren't allowed to go with. And Poltergeist was like a big deal back then. It was like the Spielberg, like he put on a proper like good horror movie, and I wasn't allowed to watch it. My mom made such a big fuss about it, and she's not a really overly protective mom, really. But she was like, "Oh yeah, you don't want to watch this movie. This movie's really scary." And I was over at the neighbor's house a couple years later, and they had a VHS, which I'm sure they paid $150 for, probably at the time. But they actually had a VHS copy of Poltergeist, and I was babysitting for them, and I saw it in the movie collection. The kids had gone to bed, and I put it on, and I watched the movie by myself. I was like, "Ooh, I'm totally being bad." I'm like, what, 8, 9 years old at the time, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm being bad." Yeah. So I totally put the movie on, and I watched it. The kids were upstairs. They never made a peep. Super awesome. I was like, my parents were like literally next door, and the scene at the end of the movie is the only one. Sorry, so the bit where the dude like scratches his face off and it falls in the sink, like that one kind of fucked me up a little bit. I was like, but like it looked a little bit fake, so it didn't bother me that much. But like the scene that bothered me the most was actually towards the end of the movie, where it was like the ghostly, wraithy, armed thing,
spidery
thing at the end
on
of the
stairs.
hallway. Yeah, after the scene where it's like the room flips over, right? She just dyed the gray out of her hair.
Yeah.
And yeah, that bit, and then she comes out and she's trying to open up the door, and there's that wraithy hair thing. That's still like, watching that part goes like, I get why I was kind of fucked up about that as a kid.
Yeah, it's a
'Cause,
creepy
like,
looking
that
thing.
monster, that Muppet fucking monster. 'Cause that's all it is.
Underwater Muppet monster.
Yeah, totally. Like that thing, it's like still like I see that, in like a little bit of a shiver goes through my mind. It's like, looking back, yeah, the whole rest of the movie doesn't really bother me that much. It's mostly fake, but it's an amazing movie. It's so good. I actually watched the second one, which I remember as a kid being like, the second movie's not that bad. The third movie I always thought was fucking terrible. The one where they're in the high rise.
Yeah, it's terrible, cheap movie.
It's awful. Yeah,
Really
yeah.
bad.
And they do the thing with like the monster frozen cars in the parking garage.
Oh
and,
yeah,
like, the swimming pool. It's really bad.
A lot of lights. That's all I remember. A lot of lights.
Yeah. But I remember like the second one being like, oh, it's like this Native American thing, and like they're trying to explain more of the mythos behind it. But I watched
the other side.
Yeah, but I watched it like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, nah, you know what? This movie is unredeemable. This movie's terrible. Like, it's not. It does what shouldn't happen in a sequel. It tells more of the story, sure, but it doesn't add to the mythos. It doesn't give you anything new or good. It's just a bad movie, and the third one's terrible.
And it tries to over-explain. The only good scene I thought was the worm coming out of the guy's mouth.
No, it has a couple good scenes, like the worm coming out of the mouth, and like the quadriplegic guy.
He's wiggling around.
He's super creepy. The bit where Robbie gets like taken over by his braces.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
it's pretty
that.
cool.
Yeah,
but like everything else about it, terrible.
Yeah.
Like, it has like 2 good like little scenes, but the rest of the movie is just not good.
And it's a really strange ending with the girl gets grabbed and she starts disintegrating into an old lady and
totally unnecessary. The rest,
what's going on here?
So it's like they were just trying to like take the franchise and take it to the next level. Anyway, so back to the original movie. The original movie, yeah, that's my go-to. It's like as a little kid, that scene fucked me enough where it's like I still have little shivers about certain scenes that I pull from my childhood. And yeah, Poltergeist. Yeah.
Be sure and tell him Large Marge sent ya.
Pretty sure Pee Wee Herman is not going to fall into
large
scary movies.
You're right.
Hey, that creep.
Scary
that
scene.
Yeah, that was a spooky scene as a kid.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it was weird. You're like, what? This is so out of place in that movie.
And they pulled her body from the burning wreckage.
It looked like
this.
And you hear this.
yeah, totally is. It's like a cartoon, like melt blank kind of voice.
Yeah,
like this.
It's totally a design from Burton too. If you ever see,
I took it and I took that laugh and I put it over Mr. T in the Rocky 3 video.
So, Poltergeist. I love the movie.
I love that story.
I still enjoy watching it. I watch it, this time of year.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
All God's children, go into the light. I like that.
What did he call her? What did Steven call her in the second movie? The magical midget or something awful like that. It was, he had some terrible name. Yeah.
Some non-PC thing.
Yeah, like stuff you couldn't say nowadays, like, on YouTube.
Could not say.
I'm sorry.
Or we lose our jobs.
Yeah.
Unless you're the president.
Yeah. Say whatever you want.
Oh boy, and there we go.
Yeah.
Pass it off, Andrew.
Yeah.
All right, Seabart.
There we go.
He's not a chef anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, that bastard's getting a little too hot.
Oh, Seabart. I think if I undo a few layers because it's fucking 32 degrees outside.
Oh my God.
Boom.
Jeez.
Oh, look at that.
Love is kind of crazy with a spooky little girl like you.
But so the one that traumatized me and I still haven't got the courage to watch again was Pet Sematary.
Ah.
That's a comedy anyway.
It actually,
Yeah.
it doesn't stand up.
There are some scary parts of it though. It's like, yeah, the animals
no,
with
it's,
glowing eyes. Okay, that freaks me out. And I look at my
parts,
cat and like my cat will be staring at me. It's like, is that thing gonna eat me? Followed immediately by Hellraiser.
Wait,
that one fucked me up.
finish going into Pet Sematary. So, like, what are the parts that, like, really fucked you up about Pet Sematary? So the cat with the glowing eyes, but like, what else?
Watching it with my cat sitting on the couch beside me and the light on behind me, and their eyes, like cat eyes, glowing shit.
Did you have a gray cat?
No, it was a black cat. They're both black, but yeah. But Hellraiser screwed me up, and pretty much anything involving the words Freddy and or Krueger.
Ah.
Yeah, but
Nice.
I put that one in there for Jim.
I didn't see Nightmare on Elm Street though until I was. If I had seen Nightmare on Elm Street around the same, like, before I was like in junior high, that would have fucked me up too. But I saw it late. I didn't see any of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies until I was in my early teens, and by then it's like, it doesn't have the same impact.
What's the one where he's raking the walls?
That's the first one.
That is the first one.
yeah.
Okay, so that's the only one I was able to get about
That's the best
halfway
one.
through.
With long arms.
Yeah.
down the alleyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like when he cuts off his own fingers or when he opens his stomach with a blade.
You forgot the power glove.
Oh, that's a different one.
No, that's a different.
Is that 5?
I know
That's
about that one because from
later.
Jim's video.
I forget.
It's 6.
I've seen them all, but they start to blend together. Which one's what?
Yeah.
Which one's where he's the Wicked Witch of the West? It's like, it's so
That's
silly.
the same one. That's the 6th one. That one was intentionally, and once again, I'm going to plug the documentary if you guys haven't seen it. Never Sleep Again.
That's a good documentary.
It came out, was that 2010?
It's on YouTube. You can find it there.
Well,
some of it anyway.
it used to be on Netflix. I have the Blu-ray, but it's 4 hours long, and they cover every movie and the
Everything you wanted to
backstory
know about it. Yeah.
about New Line and how they got their start and all that stuff. It's really well done, and there's some really cool stop motion animation in between, interjected throughout it to seam all the movies together, all the chapters of the documentary. But yeah, the sixth one, what they made a like conscious decision to turn it into kind of a cartoon, like a Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I
cartoon.
mean, Wile E. Coyote pushing out the spikes in the road.
Yep.
While he's falling from like a Bugs Bunny scene, cutting his parachute at the top. You know.
Yeah.
It was very Warner Brothers.
Yeah, it's a cartoon, but it's funny. I mean, at that point they're getting so they are already kind of going down that road, and that they made the decision. Well, like any other slasher movie, this is going to be the final chapter. Oh, but it's not.
Yeah, fooled you. Oh, I got something that might be interesting to some people. Real quick, let me post it on IRC. Someone posted on YouTube a Blu-ray rip of Creepshow, the original Creepshow. It's really high quality, very very nice high quality. So if you guys don't have that or whatever, if you want to check it out, Creepshow is always a really fun one to watch.
That's a must see. Yeah,
it's a must see.
How has YouTube not found that yet?
I know it's been up for a few weeks, but I watched it just the other night, and yeah, it's still I just love that movie.
It's great. And anthology movies in general are a lot of fun. I just posted on Facebook. I was on Netflix, and I guess this year, 2018, they made. If you guys have ever seen Tales from the Hood,
yeah,
one of the greatest anthology movies, very underrated. But they apparently made a sequel this year. It's got terrible reviews, but I have to watch it at some point. But yeah,
Avatar brought up the Nightmares movie, the Bishop of Battle, and some of those other stories. I think that's a 4-story anthology on that one. I think.
Which one?
Sounds about right.
3
yeah.
3 or 4. I just remember the Bishop of Battle story. I don't even remember what the other stories were about. But
yeah, Creepshow's 5.
But Creepshow's one of the better ones out there, I think. Compared to, I mean, have you ever seen Creepshow 3?
Oh no,
Creepshow 3 is awful.
Creepshow 2 is okay.
It's not bad. Yeah.
I said it's okay.
Yeah. It has a couple cool parts.
Yeah, I mean, like the raft thing at the end.
I like the raft. I didn't like the Indian one. It took forever for the Indian to
really
fucking do
long.
something.
Yeah.
Well, they were trying to drag it out because it only had 3 stories.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What was the last story in that? The girl, the hitchhiker girl.
Yeah.
Give me a ride, lady.
No, that was. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's the guy that she hits.
Yeah, and they don't explain.
Thanks for the ride, lady.
Ride, lady. Yeah, they
Thanks
don't explain how she dies. He just appears next to her. She screams, and then I guess she had a heart attack. I don't know.
Yeah,
just dead.
He was going to Dover.
Yeah, yeah. Not Maine.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I can't remember what Creepshow 2. Stephen King and who was it? It was Steve for Creepshow 1. It was Stephen King and was it? No, not Tom Savini. There were 2 dudes.
In it. Yeah, Tom Savini's in it too. He's a trash man.
Right. But were they the 2 behind the first? I know it's Stephen King and another big name.
George Romero.
George Romero. It was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Was it Romero? Yeah.
Yeah. He actually is part of 2 as well. He's a producer on it, but he didn't direct anything.
Right.
Tales
from the Dark Side.
Tales from the Dark Side movie. Yeah, that's a cute one.
Yeah, that's fun.
With the kid with the Tasmanian devil and the whole thing.
So yeah, I like anthology movies.
Yeah. So who went last? And I think it's Gary left.
Chris is who I bumped it to. So
Chris has to pass it to someone.
Either me or Buffett. I think who's left.
Let's go with Velma.
All right. Well, I remember once before I talked about how when I was a kid, I was terrified of all monster movies, and so I would force myself to watch them to try to like immerse myself, so I would get over my fear.
Face your
Um,
fears.
yes, exactly, because it was like I would watch all the creature features on Channel 2. That they would terrify me, and I'd sleep with my blanket up, and I'm like, I can get over it. I can get over it. But I was claustrophobic, so I couldn't sleep with my covers over my head. So I'd have to I'd try to like make a little like divot so I could breathe, but stay safe from the vampires who would
A little
be
breathing
unable.
tent.
Right, exactly. The vampires can't actually move the sheets away from your neck. I think it has something to do with you have to give them permission in order to enter your house or remove the sheets from your neck. But that was my theory. Like if I did this, but I had to make a little breathing hole because again, claustrophobic. Poor child. So it used to be that everything would scare me, but bypassing the every monster movie, the one that stands out that was terrified, scared me at the time, and then I went back and was like, wow, really? Was Salem's Lot.
That's a TV movie, actually.
Yeah,
I think.
the TV miniseries. Well, Jim had his had it, so
yeah.
I still like that one.
Salem's Lot?
Yeah.
Well, it's not that it's bad, but it doesn't scare me. But it's like it's not. And the book scared the Jesus out of me. Oh man, that was a terrifying book, but I read it from beginning to end. I was just really scared. But yeah, so that's one where I just remember it being so scary and then going back and watching it and being like, oh, maybe it's not quite as scary as I thought it was.
Oh my gosh.
Although
that suck.
So, all right, I will go ahead and pass it to Buffett.
Y'all pretty much already covered what I don't like. It's fuck it. I cannot stand clowns.
Oh.
Fuck that movie and fuck a bunch of clowns. Krusty is okay, but he's not a real clown. He's just a retard.
That's right. He smokes and
that's it. Krusty. Yeah, that's just a facade. He's not a real clown. So Sideshow Bob is more of a clown than he is.
Yeah. What started the whole creepy? Because was it? Because as a kid, clowns weren't always Was there some one thing or something? I mean, and I don't think it was just Stephen King, but what? And Poltergeist had a creepy clown, but what started the whole creepy clown thing? Because that wasn't always the case. I remember as a kid loving clowns.
I've hated clowns ever since I was young. So
I think clowns have always been a little bit creepy, and the John Wayne Gacy thing, actually took the clown thing to a whole new level.
Yeah,
and I think that brought it into a popular culture where it's you've got a fucking serial killer who dresses up as a clown and kills people.
Kills them, does horrible things to tortures them. Actually, he was a torturer. He would take people down to his basement, tie them up, and put corn cobs up their ass.
Yeah, it's
horrible.
So this just turned into a real Halloween episode.
He was horrible.
Yeah. I mean,
he did horrible things. Yeah. I heard he cut people's eyelids off and all sorts of crazy.
Yeah, So he took clowns too, and it brought it from being like a sort of. Right, so the clown, the original clown was the jester, right? The court jester, who was the only person who was allowed to make fun of royalty, and they lived in this weird thing. But even the jester was always kind of a cruel role. Their humor was always let's make the most fucked up jokes about the king or the royalty that they were around to make everyone else laugh. And he was the only person who was allowed to do that shit. Yeah. But there was a real dark side to that.
And they got killed a lot of times too.
Yeah. That shit
would be that ain't funny.
That shit would not fly with the king. And
off of the set.
Yeah. So there's but they were more or less accepted. So, but that's what eventually became the circus culture for the clowns. But yeah, there's dark history behind clowns forever. Mm-hmm. And then we had the John Wayne Gacy thing which just popular culture, modern culture, was clowns are not good. They do terrible things. And that, is the reason why Stephen King, I'm sure, wrote stories like It that involved clowns, and why Poltergeist had a terrible clown doll.
Which, by the way, has a hilarious parody in Scary Movie 2.
Oh God,
Yeah,
that's pretty gross. Yeah,
but yeah, no, I think the idea of like, yeah, this like sort of clowny madman who's allowed to say the worst things, that there's darkness there. And the face makeup too. It's like you can't really see who it is who's being funny. They're all maked up.
or they have a fake smile painted on and they're not smiling. That's creepy.
All right, so and supposedly the fake smile thing came from circuses where people from who were sitting in the back rows couldn't see the makeup, so they did over exaggerated smiles to make it more obvious that they were this sort of happy, goofy character. My grandfather was a clown.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, I don't know. No, it's all right. He's dead now. Yeah. Now we're shining.
Nice. We can play this game all night. I've got.
Yeah, okay. Well, did you see my phone case?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like it. That's
carpet.
The carpet.
Carpet. Yeah.
Yeah. It's seasonal. I'm gonna take that off after Halloween tomorrow. But yeah. So my grandfather was a clown. So I had this weird thing where it's like he was a Shriner clown. So I've got weird Mason Shriner-y things in my family lines. But like, so I grew up around clowns. So there was like part of me was like, I always recognized clowns as being like, oh, it's like family or friends of the family.
Oh,
we
yeah,
knew these guys. I see them dressed up, but like, yeah. But either way, I totally recognize that weird, creepy, dark side too. Of like, you're like a middle-aged man dressing up in a really ridiculous outfit.
Yeah.
And you're trying. Yeah, thanks, Buffett. You're trying to be funny. I know earlier, like Buffett's doing this like thing, which I swear to God, it sounded like you were waxing yourself. Which just brought in another horror concept that I didn't want to address, but there it is. I don't know what you were doing back there, but it was like, I don't know. It sounded like I don't know, you were taping something, but tape was coming off as well.
Oh yeah,
it sounds great coming through your new microphone.
Yeah,
it is clear. What was that? Because I was hearing that too.
I was pulling tape off a bubble wrap. I was
yeah. All right, so he was waxing something. And I just imagine how hairy you must be, and I'm thinking, what are you waxing live on air? God bless you. Anyway, so I have this weird thing of like clowns, like knowing clowns in and out of costume as a child, but still recognizing they're fucking horrible.
They are. They're just terrible.
Yeah.
Even at the carnival, when they come up to me, they get one warning. Otherwise, and if they keep approaching, they get the fist in the air. Like, you come next to me, I'm going to punch the shit out of you. Because I can't stand a bunch of fucking clowns.
Wow.
Have you seen that?
Have a clown mask right now.
Have you seen that horror movie where the guy slowly starts turning into a clown?
No, I don't watch movies with clowns.
It's called Clown, and like he can't take his like red nose off. Yeah. And he goes to the doctor to get it removed, and it won't come off. Blood starts coming out while the doctor's trying to pull it off.
This is like some sort of dark, clowny Santa Claus.
Yeah, how long ago was that? Because I remember seeing
2016.
Did you? Maybe you recommended it. Maybe that's why.
I know I haven't seen it. It's Eli Roth.
Okay, I've seen that.
Eli Roth made it. It's just. Let me see if I can find a trailer here.
Yeah, I remember seeing that movie.
Oh, you've seen it? I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
It looks
I know exactly what
weird.
you're talking about. Sadly, I don't remember details of movies, only the fact that like vague memories. But yeah,
there's a trailer if you want to look at it later. But yeah, Eli Roth made it. It's one of his. He's the one that did Cabin Fever, I think.
Yeah,
and yeah. Oh, here's a horror movie I watched with my wife a couple days ago. We watched Piranha. Have you guys seen that movie? It's so funny. That's a comedy.
Or the original or the remake?
The remake one that has like has actual stars in it, like Christopher Lloyd and stuff.
Yeah, I haven't seen
It's
that.
a silly movie, but it's really gory though.
I like I thought the original was really funny.
I've seen the original too, the older one, but yeah, no, this newer one, it's all CGI stuff. But the what they did though is they used people that are so someone like actors in it that were amputees like that don't have an arm or don't have a leg, and then they would put on a prosthetic leg that's all chewed up and shit. So when they're pulling them out of the water, like their leg is like just bones with some flesh hanging off of it. But it's pretty effective because they're not using CG for that. It's makeup, it's practical, so it actually looks really good. So there's a lot of stars in that movie. Elizabeth Shue, the guy, I forget his name. Who's the guy from Pulp Fiction who goes medieval on your ass? That guy, that black dude. What's that guy? I forget his name.
I know who you're talking about.
He's in it. Yeah, I don't know. It's worth checking out. It's on whatever on one of
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. So that's a fun one if you get a chance to check that out for Halloween if you're bored. So,
have you guys been watching the new Netflix series, The Haunting of Hill House?
Oh, I keep hearing how good it is. I haven't watched it yet.
I have not.
One of my coworkers is currently traumatized from that, so I'll pass.
Really? How old are you, Chris?
Damn.
I
can do funny horror.
We're talking about like
horror.
stories which like traumatize us as children, but like I'm sorry.
We're not one to judge.
I'm not making fun of you like for laughs, but Jesus, like it's not that scary.
Traumatized my 40-year-old prep cook.
Pussy.
Oh,
all right, so no one's watched it here besides me. All right,
I'm going to watch it. It's on my queue.
All right,
Jim, do you want to watch some certain scary movies? Like, has she seen like Killer Clowns from Outer Space and stuff?
Which
like that?
thank you for bringing that up. I meant to bring that up too, because like Killer Clowns, when we're talking about clowns, that's a fucking funny ass movie.
That's a great movie.
I love that movie.
I love that.
He punches that kid's head off.
Andrew, that should be our next movie we watch.
We should watch that one in VR. Yeah, 100%. You gotta shoot him in the nose and popcorn flies out.
Yeah. I like the officer, the Mr. Big.
It's such a funny fucking. Actually, you know what's funny? John Exedy loves that movie.
Oh,
it's a cult classic.
It is, yeah. But he's talked at length about that movie. He loves that movie.
Yeah. So supposedly the more of Steve's useless knowledge. The reason why the effects look so good in that movie is that the people that made that movie were all effects team artists. So they're like, hey, we know how to do this stuff. We could do all the special effects on the cheap because they're by us. So yeah, the budget mostly just went to, paying, for renting cameras and the talent.
Right.
So that's why the budget is low, but the production value is high for that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. The matte paintings are pretty good in it. And
yeah, no, it's
the
the
clowns look awesome in it.
Amazing.
Oh,
yeah. The clowns are fucking creepy as fuck. I mean, that would be.
Oh yeah,
I think
make weird noises.
Yeah, and I think that XD actually had a costume from the movie.
Oh,
I don't know if it was actually a set piece or not. That may or may not be the case. But
did you see at Universal Studios that they did a segment for Killer Clowns from Outer Space? So they have everybody in the clown costumes running around with their popcorn guns, and some of them have the dog that's a balloon dog.
Yeah.
And they chase you around the upper. This is the upper area of the park. Right. Yeah, because the park is in two sections, so this is the upper area, I believe. But yeah, they even have the ice cream truck there, and the weird music, and all the stuff from the movie. So check it out on YouTube. Let me see.
Did they have any cotton candy cocoons?
Yeah, cocoons laying around. They might have.
Dude, that would have been fucking awesome. The pink cocoons with you slice them open. There's like blood flows out.
Oh, they're just they're all.
Oh god.
Yeah, people are in there. Movie. Let's see.
Yeah, we've watched quite a few. So I made her get through all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies so that we could watch the documentary.
She hasn't seen Killer Clowns yet?
I don't know.
Oh, you should make her watch that one. I think she might get a kick out of that.
Yeah, I don't know which. The thing is, and I'll wait for her to maybe come back. But I'll say this: is that like even if she has seen it, she probably doesn't remember what happens because she doesn't have. She has. She'll tell you that she can remember conversations like every freaking detail. Doesn't matter how much she's had to drink, but when it comes to like movies and stuff,
yeah, she'll forget it.
She'll remember if she's seen it, but not like what it's about.
So Andrew, click on my my link on IRC for Killer Clowns just so you can see it real quick. They show Universal Studios in the upper lot. You can see the
oh wow.
See the machine they recreated, you know, from the inside the spaceship and the spiral towers, and
that's totally
the guy's carrying one of the gun or the briefcase that he pulls out the popcorn. The costumes look pretty
costumes
close.
Are fucking legit there. Yeah, that's solid.
Yeah. Oh, they do have the cotton candy people. If you go to 24 seconds in, you can see the candy people hanging.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. People are taking pictures with them. So every once in a while, it's in this video. You'll see the ice cream dudes, the two ice cream dudes, and they're like, "Dude, we gotta get the ice cream. Come on, let's go. It's melting. We gotta sell this stuff." So Carrie, Jim's got to show you Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
I've seen it.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Oh yeah, I saw years and years
I said
ago.
I didn't know if you've but you probably don't remember it.
Yeah,
that's a fun one, isn't it?
That is a very fun one. No, I went through a huge like campy monster movie. Like I've always loved the monster movies. The more ridiculous, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah, like truly, like I really did grow up on like the creature features. Once I got over it, and I think I did manage to make that mental shift of like, okay, black and white Dracula is not really going to come and like kill me in my sleep. I absolutely love the scary and monster movies, and again, certainly the silly ones. And yeah, that one.
That's a fun one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, super clever.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah,
Andrew, do you have that one on Plex? Oh, sorry.
I don't have Killer Clowns. I'll get it though.
Sorry, Carrie, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh yeah, no. I was just gonna say I remember the first time I heard the title, and it was like, no.
It's such a goofy fucking title. Yeah. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm watching that movie.
Speaking of monster movies, that sounds exactly like a title of an old monster movie. From anything from outer space.
Yeah.
Tagged on the end. Yeah.
Y'all want a dumb movie to watch that's not exactly horror but is horror? Look up the Netflix movie Rubber.
Oh, the tire?
Yeah, the one with the tire that finds love. It's
oh my god, it is awesome. Dude, yeah. Has anybody else seen it other than Buffett and I?
I'm not going to watch it, but my buddy.
Carrie's the person who's seen it.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Usually like you guys are talking movies and I'm like no, Rubber's awesome. That's so much fun. Yeah, I told you campy. Yep. Good call.
I'm looking at the trailer.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. The trailers are on both trailers are on YouTube, so it's not hard to look up.
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never even watched the trailer. I'm not going to.
But you're telling us to watch it.
It's just happened stupid.
I've heard of this movie. You guys have to see it.
Yeah, my buddy.
I'll watch it.
My buddy had to watch it just because he had to see actually how it ended. But it's not worth my time to watch it.
So, to me, that would be I like to do my arcade repair stuff, like kind of things like the cap kits and the things where, it's time consuming, but it doesn't require full attention. I like to have something in the background, and that's a perfect movie for that. Nice.
We were really hoping for this, Dave.
We were. I don't see Dave here. I see a
Super
Hades monster.
Oh my god! Oh no!
Another one my dad likes that I've never seen is Ice Pirates.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Oh,
it's not a scary movie. It's just a fun, silly movie.
It's another one that he likes. So I've never bothered to watch it.
Gold.
Nice. That looks awesome.
He's wearing iPhone headphones.
he's up with the times. Yeah.
Well done.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well,
Sloth loves iPhone.
Oh, that's awesome.
Have you guys seen the scary movie called Teeth? Where the girl has sharp teeth in her netherweed regions.
Yeah.
That is a disturbing movie.
Disturbing.
That's a movie you have nightmares from.
It's a weird, like, it's a German film, isn't it?
No one speaks German in it.
Well, no, but I mean, like, I feel like
the
It's just her
director or something
vagina
is
that
German?
speaks German.
I remember watching it and going, it's or British maybe, or I felt it was a foreign film or slightly foreign.
Well, the girl is American. I mean, she speaks English in it. I mean, all the actors are English in it. But I mean, the fact that they show close-ups of people, getting their members bitten off or their fingers bitten off, it was just a hard movie to get through.
I just didn't think it was very good, though. I mean, that's just like you can have that as your premise, but you got to follow it. Either be super campy, like over the top, or
is it a comedy or not? Or
it didn't. It
Yeah,
just
should be laughing when the dude just tries to finger her and then ends up like,
I know.
Is that,
I don't know what to feel.
or
I
is that
felt like disgusted.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to feel about this porno that I'm watching.
They should show that at every sex ed.
The nightmare. It's a horror porno.
A horno. Sorry, that's terrible.
Great movie to show young teenagers.
That's right. This is a cautionary tale.
Yeah, that's what they should show in sex ed. No one's gonna have sex after that.
That's right. You don't stick your fingers up there.
They should show that to show that to a lot of politicians.
This is what happens when you grab her by the pussy.
Yeah. When she says no, or
that could have a resurgence now.
I'm sure we're bringing it back.
Yeah.
Everybody got in vote tomorrow.
Yeah,
I already voted. I just voted.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt Davis Kavanaugh.
I know.
I don't even know the meaning of the word stop. That skit is so damn good. I can watch it. Like
Matt Damon just fucking knocked it out of the park.
I don't know how he didn't. I would like to see if there are any Olympics. I don't know how he doesn't fucking bust out laughing.
It's live. It's
I don't know how
Saturday night,
but you know that they had to rehearse it
live. Well, yeah, I'm sure they rehearsed it. Yeah, but he's so good though. Donkey Dong Doug, Gang Bang Greg,
PJ Sweet. But the evidence is right here on my calendar.
What so Buffett, what are you showing us?
If I were to go out on Halloween, which
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, I got both of them.
Nice.
Yeah. Nobody wants to wear them. They're so damn creepy.
Have any of you guys played that game?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
These are.
I figured Steve would.
Yeah. That's all right.
It's masks. That's what they are.
What, Five Nights at Freddy's?
It's a PC game.
Yeah, you're locked. You're locked in a Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese.
And I was gonna say, because that looks like a Chuck E. Cheese head.
Yeah.
Yeah. The animatronic monsters come to life slowly, and they attack you eventually if you don't do things to keep them away from you.
You got to keep checking the doors and all kinds of stuff.
Checking the monitors.
But you can't keep the doors shut for too long because you got power limitations and
batteries and it's a real pain in the ass to get through.
The door's locked and then the power fails or whatever it is, and then they open again and you got to go recheck and reset or something crazy
without getting attacked. And keep checking the monitors constantly.
What is this?
This is Five Nights at Freddy. You got to survive 5 nights.
Yeah.
That's what but is this
a PC game?
It's a PC game. Yeah.
Okay.
It's on iPad. It's on iPhone. It's on everything. You can play it on anything now. Probably $1 by now.
Probably. There's 2 games of it.
It was popular for like
I
don't know, a couple weeks.
It
had a month. solid
Yeah, maybe a month.
being popular, and then everyone forgot.
It's all
about it.
right.
It's. I mean, if you haven't played it, try it. But yeah, it's get it on sale for $1.99.
It's no Overwatch.
No, it's
Sloth got plastic surgery, it looks like.
holy shit!
Oh wow,
Your head is so less
layers.
pointy.
your teeth are straight.
Your eye
but you have less hair.
Okay.
I
know. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
But he still loves Snickers.
Baby Ruth.
Baby Ruth.
Oh, Baby Ruth. I'm sorry.
I actually have 2 sloth masks.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
But
When you ordered when you were
well,
drunk.
You ordered them both. when he was drunk. That was
I never
right?
got the I never got the first one.
Oh.
That was the most expensive. That was $50. It was a month.
And you never got it?
And then I sent him an email. Then he said, "We'll just refund you your money." And then I ordered for $13, and this was supposed to be here a weekend. And then it didn't come until like yesterday or the day before, and it was $24, which is then this one. They just glued on like a weird ancient thing.
God damn.
It's a good slideshow.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have 2. This one's way better. So I was glad I ordered that one. But I haven't shirt yet.
What's up with the
those are
sleeves
creepy.
though? Like you need to pop those things off, bud. You gotta go full. Ken
I know
House
I
on
gotta
those
cut
things.
them off. I can't even wash this shirt because I probably won't be able to wear it. I gotta make sure because I only got an XL these days. I'm kind of pushing the double X, but it almost will, because it's tight.
But that totally works for
You
the
know,
character.
it's
Yeah.
lost. It does work. It does work, and it was funny. My kids were laughing. They thought it was funny.
That's awesome.
We've been looking
good.
forward to this costume since you fucking did that Amazon.
Yeah.
Fucking mad.
Yeah, that's right.
Drunken order.
Yeah.
I know.
When you
Not about
drunk
the
when you
next
ordered
day.
that's when I was like, I got to get it. That's it. I'm doing we got to dress up for Halloween.
Well, we hit
By the
40% of us.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wait.
Mark will get his
Well,
deal.
I saw
I have a
the
costume.
and
I just can't
was
wear
there
it.
was the stormtrooper? Was there a voice associated with that?
Oh,
Did you have a stormtrooper hat on?
TK 34K? Yeah. I put that on. Yeah. I had it on. And I also, I mean,
No, I saw it, but
at the very beginning of the show, I had the V for Vendetta thing on, or the Anonymous.
I didn't see that.
But the problem is I can't drink
Nice.
or smoke in this thing.
Yeah.
So it's really fucking frustrating to do the show.
We never forgive. We never forget. We are anonymous.
My name is Bowman Heights. I'm just a normal guy. My name
And Chris had his chef hats on,
Yeah.
That's
lit
true.
up and stuff.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
and,
Good point.
and
Yeah. Buffett has his Easter boobs on.
he's got his Easter boobs, and Steve had his Devo hat on for a while. So
I
know,
did
So I think we're 100%.
we're 100%.
Yeah. We're calling. Yeah. Nice. Go us.
And then Seabart, the Ratatouille hat was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, the lights are coming out. Look, all right,
Hey, Dave, you should have been here earlier.
If you missed the first part of our show, we're
Yeah.
fucking redoing it right now.
Yeah.
We are the
That's right, we're gonna
longest fucking
do over.
YouTube arcade podcast.
Or at least it feels that way.
Yes.
there, Dave. At the risk of losing my
Yeah.
entire spine.
You see
Looks
that,
good.
Dave? You see in this hat, he's got a little Ratatouille hiding in there.
Oh, that is cool. Big fan.
Ooh, ting ting, walla, bang bang.
So I do have arcade stuff to talk about if we're
Yay!
Oh yeah,
if we can talk
fucking-
arcade stuff.
I gotta
please.
go. I was
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
All right, Fred's done.
Yeah. Be gone.
You gotta go hook up with Daphne.
Yeah, right.
I'm into the nerds.
Wait, did you get a laser game?
No.
No,
Why?
sorry, this is Daphne joke. Sorry, never mind.
Oh,
Oh, I get it.
I
I
don't even get it.
know.
Oh,
No, no,
Daphne.
totally. The
Ah.
best, the very best jokes are the ones you get to
Oh,
explain. That's my favorite jokes.
Get it?
Like,
yeah, the time joke. Laugh when there's time.
oh yeah, that's great.
But no, that was clever. That was clever.
If only you
Well,
could see my smile.
When I see you smile.
well, I will actually wanted to give a shout out, but I think he already left our chat to
Oh
Peter.
yeah, Peter.
To be it from
Hey
Arcade
Peter,
Parts and
turn on
Repair.
channel 9.
What? I know.
Press-
Quick, yeah, quick. Quick, Peter, come back. Security
What she said.
001.
Come front.
Come again. Who was nothing but short of awesome yesterday when I had all sorts of like random questions about trying to figure out a volume pot and thank you. And he was like, oh, is it the 2.5 millimeter by 5 millimeter and it must be a blah blah blah, and I'm like, dude, I gave you barely any information. You pretty much like nailed it all. And then so he and he spends like all day off and on messaging me about trying to figure out with this volume pot. And in the end, now I am placing a bigger order, but in the end, he's like, oh yeah, I have a 100 ohm pot for you to try. I'll throw it in for free. Like, dude, that's no way to do business. You're not going to make money that way, but I'll take it, and I'll say great, thanks. So no, he's amazing. He's one of our sponsors.
Free pot.
I know he's giving me free pot.
Free pot for Carrie.
So a big shout out to him, and hopefully I can get my my sound on Cloak and Dagger dialed in, so it's not either just pretty much non-existent or incredibly loud. That's
Did you play Cloak and Dagger at Grinkers?
Nope. I played all those tournament games.
Ah.
All the tournament games, but I played a few things other than that, but not a whole lot. I did in fact play Galaga 3, and that might be something significant in my life.
What?
Might be around Christmas time, right?
I might, thanks
Speaking
to
of
you,
drunk orders,
Buffett, I might be getting myself a Galaga 3 now.
Awesome.
I know, I'm super excited.
I know. Great.
Tell the story.
Let me guess. Original home use only, right?
No, not at all. No. It's not at all. It's not home use only. It's beat up and needs restoration. But yeah, it's actually by the time I'm on the show next, maybe it might be in my garage.
Awesome.
So
I'm from a smoke-filled home, right?
Oh, I saw Carrie's garage
so
over
once
the
it
weekend,
arrives,
and she's got plenty of
I'll
space.
have lots of questions for you. I feel like I need to educate myself better, and I was trying to remember all the little the tips and things you were talking about. I'm like, oh,
right. No, that's cool. Yeah, hit me up. I'll let you know.
Right? I'm like, oh, I'll need refreshers. So yeah, I'm super excited. Working for a change.
Awesome.
So that's yep. Just needs cosmetic restoration.
That's cool. You gonna put a Sanyo in it like I did mine?
So it can look fantastic.
Right, fantastic.
I actually don't know what monitor's in it.
Yeah, a lot of monitors.
It's actually,
yeah, I put a Sanyo in mine. Go ahead.
I think I even
what
have
kind of monitor did you
Sanyo
put in
cat
yours?
kit.
I put a Sanyo in mine.
I know. I'm trolling you.
Absolutely, you are. Yeah.
So yeah, I was gonna save it, but since you brought up the Galaga 3, I can help it because I am excited.
Oh, good.
So that'll be That's coming in the garage. Woo.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. How you get that into your garage.
Yeah, no.
Carrie, are you still enjoying your pinball tables? Or are you thinking about selling one or getting one or anything like that?
No, I have no room for anything right now. But I love them. I don't see selling any of them.
Okay. Still enjoying all of them
Yeah.
then.
It's interesting you
Okay.
bring that up,
Yes.
Steve. Are you thinking about buying any new pins?
Well, funny that you said that. I wasn't really trying to go there. I was just asking. Because I sold my Whitewater, as some people here know. And when waiting
helped
freaking
move.
since, yeah, that's right, you helped me move it. And when waiting since March for Monster Bash remake to be announced, I put my $1,000 down, and they sold out in 2 days. So that's crazy. But I did land a limited edition, and it's got all the bells and whistles and topper and light effects. And what they've done improvements on compared to the classic version is the playfield would change colors per what mode you're in. The original didn't do that. It was just just the lights that are on the blinking lights that are on the thing. But this one has color changing LEDs. So if you're in Dracula mode, trying to get hit. I don't know if you guys have played Monster Bash before. Oh, you have it, Keith, right? So when Dracula pops out and he moves around the playing field and you hit Dracula, yeah. So the whole playing field will turn red during that part. Or if you're doing Creatures from the Black Lagoon, everything turns green. The whole playfield turns green. It's got this really highly detailed 3 figures at the top. It's got a really big display, and so I'm really excited about it. So I'm just waiting. They're supposed to start shipping next month, so hopefully I'll get it before I leave to Europe. If I do leave for Europe, I guess Keith will be getting another second Monster Bash.
Yeah, he's gonna break that puppy in for you.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll just keep it in the box until I get back. He's got one.
I'd tell him to, like it's your machine, Dad, burn it.
Dad, burn it.
Right.
So
Right?
yeah, I'm excited about that. Was a long time waiting. It's really a bummer when you sell a machine and you got that empty spot sitting there, and you're like, you gotta keep looking at it.
Fuck, man.
Empty spot in your heart.
I need.
Well, I mean,
more empty
especially with
spots.
pinball, though. I mean, because I don't know, I only had 3 pinball machines, so when you get rid of one, it's like it really does you miss it.
And that's been
I know. I missed
February.
mine
Since March, yeah. March is
so
when
it's
I
been a
sold
while. Yeah.
7 months or so. So yeah,
Well, how long was that in your garage after we left? Because
not long. It sold so fast.
Yeah.
People really wanted it. Pinside was ablaze. I got so many people asking me about it, inquiring about it. And even after I sold it, I kept getting people, "Did you sell it? Did you sell it?" So I probably could have sold it for more. I probably should have, because it was a pretty nice machine and it had some killer mods on it and stuff. But
yeah, it played super nice.
yeah, it was a good Whitewater. I mean, I played it for a lot. I mean, I beat the game, and so that's probably one of the reasons why I sold it, is that once I don't know, even once I beat it, and I don't know, I just it was one of those games that I got good at it, where it was a half hour every time I played it, and that's in Pin. That's kind of an investment every time. You're going to be playing it for a half hour every time you walk up to it. You want more of a challenge, I guess. So,
Right.
So we'll see. I can never play Monster Bash at Keys for a half hour, so it'll be a challenge for a while anyway for me.
What's your longest game at Tron?
Oh, probably 25 minutes or something.
So we're getting pretty close to that half hour mark.
Yeah.
Pretty soon Tron is going to be fucking out the door.
But no. But the thing about Tron, though, is that it's not like that every time. That game, you saw me play it. I walk up to it and I'll have a shit game, and then a decent one or an okay one. Kind of like when you play Star Trek. I mean, because it's a hard game. So yeah, you just kind of gotta. That's what makes you keep coming back for it, though, is because the challenge is there.
And you feel like with Whitewater, it's like pretty much every game. It was like
yeah. It was always shoot it down the middle and then hit the big ramp, then the little ramp, and then rinse and repeat over and over again. And that was one of the problems with it, is that it was kind of like the same exact thing every single time. Shoot down the middle, it shoots to the top, and shoot the big ramp, then the little ramp. Yeah,
Yes,
so
that's one of the problems with Ghostbusters right now until they fix the code on it. It's like it's the same game.
and that's what people complain about on Ghostbusters, that it's you have to play everything in order.
Yeah.
It's very linear. It's not non-linear. You can't start what mode you want to. It's always who brought the dog.
Right. Always starts with who brought the dog.
Yeah. And then the brothers, the whatever brothers that pop up, and
whereas like Star Trek Next Gen and Judge Dredd both changed it up.
Mhm.
And Judge Dredd, you can choose which one you want to do, and Star Trek is just a bit random.
Yeah,
Well,
and it's
they did
fun.
the same thing for Jurassic Park too, right? Where it would start always the same thing with Stampede, but now you can, with the different ROMs, you can change modes.
Yeah, they do that.
You need
sometimes
software
with
updates to fix that.
ROM
Yeah.
updates. Yeah. Carrie was over when I almost beat Guardians of the Galaxy. I had a really good game on it, and Keith was coaching me through it, like what I should do next to help me out. He showed me some cool tricks in it, but I was a shot away to the last mode of the game, and I fucking choked. That's what happens when you have a couple beers over there.
I know that's the best way to play pinball.
Yeah, I like drinking beers and playing pinball. It's fun.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. So like, I was wondering if Carrie was getting. Oh, Carrie's gone now. But if Carrie was getting bored with playing, if she's getting bored with Tales of the Crypt or bored with one of her games. But she's got some really good pins though. She's got Twilight Zone, which is really good. We played that at Grinkers, and that was a lot of fun. I wouldn't mind having one of those. And I haven't had a lot of time with Lord of the Rings. I don't know how much she likes that one. But I can't ask Jim or Carrie about that because they're gone.
I guess they're gone, yeah.
So, never mind. Anyway.
And Dave's just staring.
Oh, I got something to show you guys. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Wait, he's got something to show us, but he just ran away.
Yeah, I think he probably had to go get it.
I guess we'll just like fill some dead air here with
Do we have anybody left right now?
I'm here.
Okay, so the four of us.
Yeah. And Dave is pretty much a still picture for the most part, but he's here.
All right, Steve.
Okay, so Andrew already knows about this, but you can present me real quick.
Yeah. Come in. Hold on 1 second. Come in now.
Okay, so does anybody know what that's from?
I do.
I do and I don't. I don't remember it offhand.
It's fucking gorgeous, dude. I haven't seen it yet. That's fucking amazing.
Dave, have you seen that? Is he gone too? Fuck.
No, he's here. He's just
here. He's just muted.
Okay. How about Seabart? Have you seen this movie? This animated movie?
Oddly enough, no.
Oh my god.
So this is an actual production cell.
Horde 5150 recognized it immediately.
Yep.
Avatar's got
Avatar did.
Yep.
So this is an actual cell. It's actually 3 cells because one of them's their bodies, another one is his head, and another one is the green guy in the back. So they separate them out in 3 different acetate cells. But it's an actual frame that was in the movie of them. They put out space cocaine on the floor and then they all sniff it up. So it's space aliens. They come to Earth to pick up a malfunctioning robot, and they accidentally pick up a girl. And the girl and this other robot take off and mess around in the back while they do space coke. This is an old movie. It's an animated movie from 1981.
They pump it out with this like fucking a giant machine, like pumping out the fucking coke.
Yeah, it's like a big lawnmower shooting out a huge bag of
Hilarious.
cocaine, plutonium Nyborg or something.
Yeah.
And it was one of my favorite scenes. And finding this was like really hard because it's like, this is only like a couple seconds. So it's probably only got, 30 frames or something. I don't know, not many. So I've been looking for years for that. So I got that. And I also have a Tarna that's on the way.
What movie show is it?
Heavy Metal. It came out in 1981, I believe.
Okay, yeah, I've only seen it once. So that's why I recognize it, but I couldn't tell you where it was from.
I can show you. I have 2 Tarna. Well, I'll show you the other Tarna real quick. It's not framed yet, but hold on.
All right.
You guys,
Robot Dave said something.
So this one is Tarna's expensive to find. Usually she's very pricey. But this is her dress up scene where she gets it's a white paper behind it so you can see it.
Nudies?
So she's getting dressed for battle. It's a scene in the movie. It's the very last. It's an anthology, sort of like a creep show. It has like, an animated sequence for every story. And she gears up for battle before she gets revenge.
That's
What's kind of cool is it also came with the actual artist's line art.
wow.
I can't see it.
No, but you can see a little bit. Yeah. Oh,
So it's the real actual pencil line art, and the space aliens came with that too. So that's really cool when you can get both. It kind of adds a little value there, but
Definite fun wall hanger.
yeah. So I have that, and I have another one where Tarna is fighting. If you remember the movie, she's fighting the barbarian at the end. I have a cool shot of her and him in the same shot where she's just about ready to bring her blade up, and that's where he locks it and throws it. It's right when she's coming down with the blade. So it's both of them in the same shot. So I'm excited about that. It's one of those things. It's just one of my favorite animated movies from my childhood, and it's kind of cool to have an actual production cell from the movie and put it up in the barcade room for fun.
Yeah, I mean, we got to see a lot of like cartoon drawn boobies in Heavy Metal the magazine, but that was the first time we saw like animated cartoon boobies.
Yeah,
on the screen.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
And pretty much the last, because they don't do that in America. They don't make animated movies for adults. That's a Japan thing. So, we get, American Tail and stuff like that. What's that? Bleak? Oh my God. Bleak, did you see my framed picture?
I don't know what we're looking at.
I don't know what that
sounds like a really tiny speaker.
It looks
Jim,
racist.
Jim, you were gone when I was showing my cells. Did you see Heavy Metal?
No.
Oh my God. There we go. Oh God.
Oh no! Oh no!
He's
oh no!
showing the old ass.
Oh yeah.
I thought
Boogie Boy. Is that who you are, Boogie Boy?
My eyes.
Thought we were gonna see a butt crack there for a second.
I thought he was gonna be like, see, even my butt crack's old. Some extra wrinkles. He went all out.
Wait. Now he's what the fuck is Bob Bug with the black Christmas hat?
Here's an early preview. By the way,
that's disturbing.
Bye, Dave. Sorry you're having technical issues. Fix it.
See. I don't know if you can see it here. Anyway, that's just on my phone. You can kind of get an idea.
A little bit. Yeah, I know the scene though.
Yeah. So that's the one I'm waiting for. It should be shipping soon.
Oh.
Jeez, Leak.
Jesus.
What's up?
How many shades of the wind are we tonight?
I'm fine.
Beats the wind, I mean.
Alcohol really ages you, though.
What is that, crying baby?
Can you guys guess who I am?
You're the crying baby, I think, right?
No, I'm Orange Whip. Oh, yeah, it's crying baby.
That's not going to go over well.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, is that thing hot?
That's what you said.
Fuck. How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
No, good.
I'm not 3 shits to the win, unfortunately. So
3 shits.
I look like it.
3 sheets to the wind.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means, but
just the one shit.
Yeah.
Means you're hammered.
I'm 3 shits to the wind.
I'm 3 shits in my pants.
Oh, that's Dave from Buffalo. Sorry. Oh man,
You're so much faster with that one than you were with the joke last week.
I know.
All right, guys. I'm going to tell you something I've never told anyone before in my life. Perfect.
You guys
that's because I thought there was this big build, and like you should have like, this is the one I'm gonna say, like done the coin, so I could have been like, okay, because it's so late. Like I was just like, I was waiting for this elaborate like joke, and I'm like, oh fuck.
You guys didn't like my scooter shoutbox, man? Thing's awesome. I thought I could do my own gym sounds. Yeah,
is that how I sound? I was kidding.
Move your ass. Oh shit! So what did I miss?
Nothing.
I don't know. We're going offline here in a second.
Every time we're off the air.
Carrie, did you finish all your arcade news?
I did not finish all my arcade
Please
news.
finish your arcade news.
Oh, sorry, Carrie.
I'm such a look at me. I'm
Going
so
off
good.
on
I know, right?
tangents here.
You're bringing it back.
I poke at you like I should, and then I bring it back.
Yeah,
We're bringing sexy
you bring
back.
it back. You just
poke and then bring
I
it
know you want to
back.
be able to poke. You want to be able to poke at me again. Well, I was going to talk about. Although I don't know if everybody's in the mood to hear more arcade chatter.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Always, yeah. Well, so I was going to talk about those about the meth addicts that I dealt with. That right, because that was kind of funny. That I was.
I totally believe that story. By the way, after me and Gino looked at that. Continue.
So last week while we were on the show, I disappeared for. I was absent for a fair amount of it because. Earlier in the day, actually, no, I take it back. Over the weekend, I think it was on Saturday, there was an ad that came out, a Craigslist ad for a pinball. It was a pinball game and elevator action arcade misspelled, which gave me hope.
Oh,
Did they miss an R? What was
it was double R's. At first, it was ARCRADE, and then later on they fixed it. Somebody must have been like, "Dude, you misspelled it," and then he took out all the R's, if I recall correctly. Either way, he kept misspelling arcade, and I'm like, "Oh, so cool! So cool." I actually was shot at this one. It was a package deal, $1,000 for both. And of course, I didn't want some EM pin. I don't have room for it. So, or really anything. I know. Thank you, Jim.
I didn't say anything.
No, your thought waves just like whack me over the head. You don't even need to say it anymore. So I'm like, so I sent an email on Saturday, and offer less for just the elevator action, and I don't hear anything back. So during the show last week, I get the guy emails me back. But I offered him 500. Offered him 500 for the elevator action. So a guy, so out of the blue, I hear nothing. But the ad is still up, which doesn't always mean anything. But and I don't really pursue it because I'm like, yeah. And I was thinking, okay, like this could be a good machine for like doing a multi with the ZooQ and maybe the the BitKit and all this kind of stuff. Which of course wouldn't work for the BitKit in retrospect, but. Anyway, but it wasn't anything I was actively pursuing. So I'm like, okay, I'll just let it go. So during the show, right before the show, I take it back. During the show, I get an email saying, okay, that'll work. I'm like, whoa. So, and then the guy says, so this is when it starts getting all like, So the guy that I'm corresponding with isn't actually the owner of the game. He's helping. It's his buddy's game, and who sells a lot of stuff. And he has
watches?
his what?
Does he sell pocket watches?
not that I know of.
Wasn't this the one where like? Adam,
pocket watches. Sorry, you said that so quickly. I thought that was.
I'm sorry.
Yes, pocket watches. Yes, sorry. Yeah,
yes.
You said pocket watch. I was like, I thought that was some little creature that of a movie I wasn't familiar with. A pocket waka. Yeah, as far as I know, he does not sell pocket wakas. But yes, pocket watches indeed.
Apparently, he has a lot of pocket watches.
Pocket, yes. So he emails me with his phone number, and it's like my and his buddy and his buddy's phone number. So I'm like, okay, I should I should call the buddy. I'm just gonna keep talking.
No, please.
I should, because it's a meth story, so it's like a long. I mean, I have to bring it back to the information that came later. But at the beginning, I didn't recognize it, but it started smelling real flaky. Like, okay, it's not me, it's my buddies. Yeah, so I try calling the buddy, and his phone rings and then goes to voicemail, where it's like, please leave your message for. I'm sorry, that mailbox is full. Like, literally, it's a noise. Like, it's not a name, it's a noise. I'm like, okay. So then, I email the guy. Oh, and the guy had said, email with your telephone number, and I'll get back to you. So that's what I had done originally. Is said, okay, here, blah blah blah. Here's my number. I might get this email back. So I then message him, and say I tried to call. Dave, the guy who owns the game, but his voicemail was full, and I also got a long email about, you don't call me after 10 and blah blah blah. So anyway, I messaged him back, and he's like, are you available to call? And I'm like, yes. So then he calls me, so I leave the show. So I do what I do, which is I totally chat the guy up and try to
cute.
Okay, don't chat him up that way. I can't even.
You kind of remind me of a '70s cartoon. I don't know what's going on.
Got a good voice.
Have you seen Velma?
You have a van?
Yeah. So I'm trying to lay on the charm because I want to work this
laughing
deal.
at every little thing.
Oh my God, he was so funny. So
everything's hilarious.
So I'm chatting him.
I like
I'm trying to work
nice teeth too.
So he's like, well, let me try to get I'll try to get a hold of Dave. I'm going to walk over there, because apparently now my guy doesn't have a vehicle, and the guy lives. This is all happening in San Francisco, and it's like in several miles away across Golden Gate Park, and so he's going to try to get a hold of them, and there's all these other things too. And he sells, pocket watches, and this guy has all these houses and things in storage, and he sells all this. And I'm hearing stories about this guy has like these expensive bowls that he gets, and there's all this guy just has so much really expensive stuff, and he's letting it go for a song. I'm like, oi. So I'm like, yeah, probably no. I'm just I know you want the pinball game too. I'm like, no, actually, I really don't. I can get him down. I'm gonna be able to get him down on the price, and maybe you can slip me a little something, money wise, not otherwise. So you just stop that right there, boy. I know where your heads are going, because I know you people. I've known you for too long.
My head's going to the left. I'm right-handed.
Mine's always on the left and right.
So I'm done. Yeah, so I'm finished talking with him. I come back to the show. Life goes on. So the next day, I'm at work and I get this email. I think probably, I don't know, 3 p.m. or something. So you need to be there between 5:30 and 6. And he gives me an address. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, because I'm at work. I wasn't expecting to go try to pick up a game, and I have to get back from work to my car and then drive there, and that's probably not going to happen at 5:30 unless I need to make it. So I call them, and so he's going to be there, and I have other people coming to buy other things, and $2,000 for these ATV things, and blah, blah. I'm like, whoa, dude, okay. I said, 6 o'clock. I can make it by 6, but 5:30 I'm not going to be able to do, because I'm already leaving work early to go at 6. So, oh yeah, no problem. So I go to the address, and he says, oh, so I'm going to be standing, we'll be there with the garage door open. I forgot what he said. I'm 6'5", and he's 4'11", and we look like Mutt and Jeff. I'm like, okay, awesome. So I get to the address, and no garage door open, nobody in sight. So I call him, and his mom, who I'd heard the day before, has gotten over cancer, answers. Oh yeah, Joey's not here. I'm like, okay, so he doesn't have his phone with him, and I'm supposed to be meeting him. Oh, I don't know. Sorry.
Mom, are my Hot Pockets ready?
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll try going to the door. So I hang up because I'm like, I'm not certain I have the right address because this just isn't feeling right. And so I go to the door. I'm like, finally, like, okay, I'm thinking to myself, I'm not stepping in. And so this is in San Francisco. All the houses are like really close to each other. These are like, just they're stuck next to each other. And it's 2 units in this one building. So I go to the number that I have and ring the doorbell. And this little old Asian lady answers. And I'm like, hi, is Dave here? And she's like, oh, she doesn't even answer. She just looks through the window and she's like, no. So she has no idea who the hell I'm talking about. So I'm like, well, this isn't good. So I go back and yeah, and it had already been like I had trouble finding a place to park because it's San Francisco. So I go back and I call and I get Joey's mom again. I was like, oh, that, so I'm like, so is Dave Asian? Because I'm trying to figure out if I'm even at the right place. Nice.
Skeleton dick.
I'm not, I'll interrupt, but I'm talking with.
No, that's okay. It's a long, wandery meth story.
Horde 5150 is in the chat. I'm just saying hi.
Oh, is that him?
Oh, nice.
I'm just saying hi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't show him my other stickers that I've already stuck with the stuff.
Thanks, Skeleton Dick.
Yeah.
Your name provides hours of
look at that.
Joey's out making meth. Joey had apparently taken the bus to try to get to where I was, but then so she's like, oh, isn't Joey there? And I'm like, well, I've never met Joe, so I don't know what he looks like, but I'm like, no, there's nobody around. And I said, I'm not sure I have the right address. So because it wasn't quite what he had described about being by a grocery outlet. So I'm like, so I talked to Joe's mom a couple times, and so I wait for a little bit and then call her back. And then she's like, oh, I just heard from Joe, or I heard from Joey. He got disgusted. He was waiting for Dave, and he was on the bus. But so that's it. I described what the house looks like. And she's like, well, are there old cars out front? And I'm like, no, there's no old cars. So I start driving around the neighborhood, trying to figure out if like numbers have been transposed. And so finally I ascertain that Joe is on his way back, but Dave is supposed to be there. And so I finally give up, and I think right about that time, as I'm coming back, or maybe it's when I get home, then Mano Man, I post on the chat. I'd let you guys know, like, hey, I'm doing this. I'm going for this game, and then Mano Man posts like, oh hey, that's totally like tweakers. And I'm like, oh, wah, wrong address, getting to run around with multiple people, yanking my chain. So, yeah, so I'm like, fuck. And then he advises against any kind of interaction. And I also get a phone call from Joe saying how angry he is that Dave had flaked and fuck that guy. And at that point, Joe then pulls all the ads. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'm out. And not going to really think too much about it. And then, so the next day, I get another email from Joe. Oh, Dave's going to be there for sure this time. So at this point, and so that was when, so yes, so we'd show the Tuesday. I tried going on Wednesday night and blew my Wednesday night hanging out. Oh, and by the way, I had to pee. So that was finally what got me to give up on this game, because I'm like, I really got to pee, and there's no place I can pee because it's San Francisco. There's no public restroom. Yes, exactly. So, so Thursday, where I had plans in the evening, like I'm going to go to Costco, I'm going to run some errands, and I get this email. So you can show, and he's going to be there. He says for sure. I'm like, oh, I don't know. And so I call this day, and again, it's at the end of the day. So I call, and this time I actually get a hold of Dave. And he's like, oh yeah, sorry about yesterday. I can wait for you, because I said I'm not going to I can't get there for an hour, because that's how long it takes for me. And I got this message at 5:15. So I do the same routine. I don't tell you boys because I am embarrassed, because I do not want to be known as the girl who got jerked around 2 days in a row by meth dealers. Right. So I tell Jim. Allegedly. Allegedly. So I messaged Jim And I'm like, hey, here's the real address. Oh, and I did. So Joe's mom the day before did give me, she's like, oh, I found it. And actually the real address is this one. So I went there and there was nobody there and I had hung out there. So yeah, there was a whole lot of jerking around. So the next day I'm too embarrassed to tell you that I'm trying again. And so I go back to this place and I show up and the garage door isn't open. I'm there at the exact time I said I would be. And I'm like, oh, really? So I try calling Dave, who I'd spoken to before. So at least I knew he was real. It goes to voicemail. Please leave your message for we're sorry, the voicemail for this person is full. So then I call Joe and he's like, oh yeah, no, he's there. At least he's there. And I'm like, no garage door, no Dave. I'm like, I'm out front and I'm seeing nothing. So he's like, oh well, he's and the number for the house isn't on the side of the house either. But again, it's kind of this apartment-y thing. So he says, well, usually what I do, like he's up on the third floor. Usually I throw quarters at the window to get his attention.
Or rocks. Maybe, rather than throwing lick 'em and stick 'em shit.
Popcorn for this.
I'm like, well, I'm not doing that. And there are, I will say, some used cars out in front, including a car with a blanket on top of it.
What about quarters? Were there quarters?
Yeah, there were no quarters.
There's just a stash of quarters with a sign that says "Throw at window if I'm not there." If I don't answer.
There was, in fact, this what looked to be like some arcade keys sitting out in front. So I'm like, oh, on top of like the sofa that was sitting out there too.
Well, at least they gave you a place to sit.
Malserving.
Yeah, I don't know if you can.
Waiting room.
Jim, I don't know if you can display them. I sent Jim some pictures. So I'm like, okay, I'm here. This is in case I get chopped into pieces. This is what the building looks like.
Let me. That was. Hang on a second. That was from a while ago. I'll tell you when to.
Too late. You already presented.
Great.
They just want to see you in your platinum wig.
All right. I mean, your platinum hair is turning me on, dude. Although the people in our chat said you need to dye your eyebrows.
Freddie Prinze Jr. didn't.
It's not worth it. I'll just completely wax them up.
Bleach those brows.
You'll do it.
Just do do one of those.
Do one of those.
One of those things we don't talk about.
Exactly. Oh yeah.
We didn't do those.
So this is after Dave showed up. So this is the car that was in one of the cars that was in front. There were two of them. So one of the cars in front with the blanket on it.
They got dead bodies in there.
Yeah. So he shows.
There's a DeLorean under there.
Yeah. So what happens is I'm like, well, shit. I'm trying calling Dave, and apparently Joe is trying to call Dave, and then this guy walks out of actually a doorway to the left of that, or to the to the left, and I'm like, hey, are you Dave? And then he's like, oh no, you need Dave, hold on. So then he was able to go inside, get Dave. He's like, oh, I'll be down in a minute, right after he does some math. So I wait down there for a little bit. So he comes down. And so he opens the garage, and it is Jim, maybe you can show that. Maybe we can see that picture again.
Oh shit! I just closed.
Oh, did it? Sorry. That's all right. I should have just gone up and been like, hey, do you mind if I take a picture of this? Because I was surreptitiously taking some pictures. There was so much crap in there. There was so much crap that it was like I had to kind of turn sideways
in order to Dan's house.
Yeah, yes. Like it is wall-to-wall crap. There was so the game actually, if you see, it's like kind of over his left shoulder is where the game was in there. So it was behind like a broken motorcycle, some broken some electric bikes, and then like a tremendous amount of crap. So
crazy.
I go to look at it, and it's like, and we have to like move things so he can rotate it. And so I can try to see, like, make certain that there's actually boards in there, and because I couldn't even tell if it was complete. Oh, and the other thing is, apparently the story I got was that the game was working, but then the power cord accidentally got ripped out. So there was that, and that just happened yesterday. But honestly, the game was working.
And for $50 more, you can buy brand new side art, and this thing would be worth $2,000.
Oh my God! Yes, that's actually exactly what he said. He saw the site art on eBay, and it's $40, Mister, not 50,
I'm
and it
sorry.
totally would be worth $2,000. So
But the sides are
Jeez.
actually in really good shape. The original
Yeah.
stenciled art.
yeah. So yes, so spoiler alert, I did end up making and you can actually see maybe not in those photos. I took more photos, but I didn't send them all to Jim because I was like, this is comedy. So Dave
right.
and I struck a deal. I will just say I got it for $400.
All right.
So, but I'm like, I don't know how the hell you're going to get this stuff out of here. They had to move a massage chair. So
Dirty. A chair, like a face chair thing.
No, like it was. I think it's like a giant motorized chair that would
like
vibrate.
at Costco or whatever. Yeah.
Probably. Yeah. So like when he went to rotate it, like at one point that he went to rotate it so I could see in the back to make certain again that there were boards and all that kind of stuff. It was complete, and kind of try to suss out if there was water damage or what this thing looked like. And it got wedged on something. It was like this iron horse. It was like the size of like when I had Breyer horses when I was a kid, but it was like this iron thing. There was so much crap everywhere. So we strike the deal, and I try to get it for $350, and he comes back at $400, and it's like, yeah, fine. So then it's the matter of unburying this thing. And so I help him move a couple of things, and then he starts moving the bikes out. And so I'm like, is there anything I can do? He's like, just make certain those don't get stolen. So I stand by the electric bikes that he's bringing out. He brings out like a broken motorcycle, and some buddy comes down, and then they just start moving stuff. And it was amazing that they were actually able to wheel the game out in between that car with the cloth over it onto this. And it's San Francisco, so it's steep. Oh my God, it was amazing that it was totally Man was right. I wouldn't say they were necessarily like dealers or anything like that. I would say they're dabblers in the meth. I think they were meth dabblers.
They dabble.
But yeah, but anyway, so yes, I did manage to pick up the elevator action.
I didn't even know you liked that game.
Well, honestly, I got it I got it with the idea that I would be able to do like a switcher and have the elevator action, but also be able to do the zoo queue stuff in it. So it was more with the zookeeper in mind than I'm not that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, right. Yeah, that was my mistake. That was me being stupid.
No, that was me too. I didn't think about it.
Yeah, well, I posted it on the Slack, and nobody was like, "Hey, wrong orientation there, lady." Like it was just like a brain fart.
No one wants to actually say that,
Yeah, exactly. They're like, "Oh, she's not too bright, is she?" But we don't want to make her feel bad.
The orientation.
Yeah. Well, they did ask me about Velma and her orientation, so. But yeah, so at this point, it would be probably doing it for the zoo queue as well as elevator action. But it honestly, it's not a game that I'm that familiar with. So yeah, but it'll be shocker. It's not working. So. So I have a
power cord.
Gino came over on Saturday, and we wired up a power cord, and it's a power supply issue. All the LEDs except the 5 volts come up. There was, I can let you tell the story if you want.
No, I mean
was there one or no? There's just one. Was it one or two bad fuses? It was a 10 amp and a 5, and the 10 keeps blowing. So she needs to rebuild. You just need to rebuild the power. The monitor works. I think it's a 49. Surprise.
Bonus. I know. That's all I get.
And I will say this. It's the first time ever I've paid attention to this, but I'm like, hey, all the serial numbers match up. So you fix that puppy up, you can sell it for like $5,000 because all the serial numbers match.
$40. Yep, that $40 side art.
But the cabinet's not in bad shape. There's a little bit of swelling on the back. It's not on the bottom. It's not actually on the. So I figure at one point it was laying on its back, but otherwise, it's very minimal. Like you could just take a sander and it'll be fine. Just saying.
It's actually, I was surprised. I was expecting it to be in much worse shape. I think the dirt.
Good.
Yeah, I mean it's not perfect, but it's nice. It's actually one of the nicer.
Buttons are ugly as fuck though.
Oh my god!
I took a picture of the control panel. Let me I'll post it here in a second.
Oh yeah.
Is it a raised letter coin door?
No.
Sorry. Okay.
Buzzkill. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Wah, wah.
Sorry.
Yeah, at least not that I remember, but no, I'm 95% certain the answer is no on that one.
No, I'm looking at it. Yeah.
Yes, it's.
Let me just upload these pictures.
Well, for like $400 by today's money, I'll sell you one.
Yeah.
No, that was a good 400's a good deal.
I'm watching
nowadays. They're stupid money now.
I'm watching that show with you, 34K.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that uploaded quick.
So that was the exciting
Magic or Magic Erasering the CPO, and I'm like, wait, I gotta get a picture, and he did half. It's like one of those shaving commercials.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
half of it, and the other half was left the same. Let me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Do this.
Yeah, the little mini repair prep.
Yeah. so there you go.
Wow. That sucks.
Look at those white buttons. They look like they're shoved up someone's ass for.
Oh God.
So yeah, it kind of needs a new CPO.
The bezel's beautiful. I don't have a picture of that. Oh, you took the pictures of the cabinet, but
yeah, the bezel and the marquee are both really nice.
Oh,
yeah, it has this.
What's the cabinet from though? That's not the original elevator action. What color is that?
Yeah.
One?
No, it's green.
Yeah. Elevator action wasn't green. Elevator action was like a brownish color.
Tan and beige.
Tan and beige.
Even the serial number on the cabinet matches.
Yeah, but that's not the right color.
Oh. Huh.
I have original elevator action. That is not the right color.
Oh, interesting.
So you're saying that the factory changed it? Like
it's
I don't
possible, yeah. But I believe
or they did what my eyes did, and they had an extra cabinet, and they're like, let's repurpose this.
It's 100% possible, but I believe Mike is correct. I think that the front is not correct on that.
Well, I got
not
yeah, because the
sorry,
sides
not
are
correct, not standard.
Yeah,
who knows what's correct? But
yeah, true.
What are the side colors?
Green. It all matches.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, and it does. The cabinet has the original sticker.
The cabinet has a serial number, the monitor, the board.
No,
everything matches.
And no one's disagreeing with you, but that seems to be an anomaly because the side art on elevator action, I believe Mike is right. It's tan and brown.
Well, this has to have been a factory deal because none of the harness is hacked. The art it's the original stenciled. I mean, it's not like someone slapped something on there.
Totally. But it might be like a Jungle Hunt or a Jungle King with a green.
Yeah.
It needs more investigation. That's definitely a Jungle Hunt.
I mean, just
interesting. That's a good one.
And obviously, no one's disagreeing that it's not a factory conversion or something weird like that. But
I don't know how else it would be.
Yeah.
And I could be totally wrong about it as well. Oh, look at that picture of me. That's great. Thanks for.
Yep, you can see my last upload.
Yep, that's a good one. Yep.
Look at fucking Mike. Look at Mike.
I can't stop presenting fast enough. That's great.
Mike is like, and I'm friends with this guy.
What am I watching? The dude that I got to ride 12 hours in a car with back home.
Let's see.
What is he doing to that sausage?
And I don't know, but it's turning me on.
Here's more pictures Carrie sent me.
Yep.
Yeah.
No. You go presenting.
Yeah, it's safe now.
Very nice.
You're in a safe place.
And Buffett, I mean, or anyone else who might be Taito cabinet specialists.
Oh, I like look at these wires coming out here. This is their credit.
They have a credit up, yeah.
They just
punch it through their fucking lockdown bar.
There's not even a fucking button.
It's like you're fucking It's like you're jump starting a car every time you want to do that.
Oh, totally. I know what I saw. I'm like, oh.
I suspect it's a factory conversion because I have a Joust in a Robotron cab factory converted.
It would make sense because
this is what they should have had right here.
Just wire that right in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it would totally like that. That would make sense.
Yeah.
That's cool though. I think I dig
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like
Oh,
just
yeah,
like
sure,
Carrie's prototype.
Yeah, maybe you got the
Robot
right
Monsters.
prototype.
I have memories of I told this story on the show before, but the two there were, let's see, there are 3 memories I have of playing, no, 4 now that I think of it, of playing games with my dad in the arcade. One was Twilight Zone, one was elevator action at a movie theater. They had an elevator action, Gunfight, and Spy Hunter. Those are the 4 games I remember playing with my dad in the arcade, which is so weird for how young I am.
So I just posted a picture, Jim. I don't know if you can present that first link, but I just put that there. But I just found
even a picture
another
of you.
Oh, like a standard Tato cab.
Right. So that's the. I know that's a crap. You may have to zoom in there a little bit.
I can't.
I can't. All right.
There's.
But
thanks for the high resolution image.
I know.
From the
I'm just
graphic
grabbing
guy.
shit off. All right. So now post this second link. I just hit there.
Come on, Jim. Enhance.
It's just one button, right? Yeah.
Plus.
All right. So that's a green
that-
elevator action.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Ooh, look at that.
Wow.
Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2.
So I don't know. I just grabbed. Those are 2 random pictures I just pulled off of DuckDuckGo. But
DuckDuckGo.
fuck yeah. So fucks Google.
DuckDuckGoose.
I bet that.
But then again, but then again, I just found. All right. So here's another.
All you gotta do is hit plus, enlarge it.
Yeah. All right. So then post that one.
Control plus, actually.
Well, whatever.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So there's the third one.
Oh yeah, I see on Clav they have both. They have a brown one and a green one.
All right. I just thought it was a conversion.
No.
Green and white.
Mike, I think you're correct that the brown with the tan is the actual like, standard one, but
yeah. It needs more investigation.
It looks more. I mean, honestly, the brown goes better with the colors of the marquee and the bezel and all that. Yeah. Like, right? Like the green is a little.
No,
like
the link I posted in IRC shows the colors for all pretty much all tabs.
Right.
Hey, let's keep it PG, Buffett.
Has he got his vibrator on now?
I used his vibrator at Grinkers.
Yeah, no,
I was a little drunk
in the back room.
And he's like, "Hey, try this," and I'm like, "Well, maybe I will."
We all been in the back room with Buffett.
I know. I'm like, Buffett, I don't know if this is a good idea. I've had a few beers already. I'm kind of feeling the effects. No, give it a try. I'm like, I'm like, you're right. This is pretty amazing. I asked him a few questions, and then we never spoke of it again.
It was our little secret.
Yeah, that's right.
Remember,
that's awesome though. Like I think I'm optimistic that just a rebuild on that power supply will, because if the game's not getting 5 volts,
yeah, then that's a problem. And they were playing it just the day before, like until that power supply came.
Right before they yanked
that
the
cord got
power cord
out
of the back.
Meth is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, Jesus. They yanked the power cord out so they could sell the copper for fucking meth.
Oh, now Joey wouldn't do something like that.
I've never owned a Taito cabinet before, and I didn't realize that they fucking put the power button underneath the fucking cabinet. It's on the fucking bottom.
Like that,
I'm like, what the hell? So this thing had no leg levelers on it, like nothing. The whole base was
weird.
Done. So we're like, well, clearly these guys didn't know where the power switch was because they couldn't.
Wow, they couldn't.
Weird.
I wish I'd shown you the Shinobi cab, the 10-yard fight that I've got here.
Andrew, speaking of your Shinobi,
skids.
Speaking of that, so on Craigslist, a Shinobi popped up in a Taito cabinet.
Well, it's a kit game, right?
Yeah. I like the side. It's almost like Taito couldn't decide Are we doing cabarets? Nah, let's just go a little bit bigger. We can call it an upright, but it's not. You know, they're these tiny little cabinets.
They're little guys. I mean, you can kind of see pole position behind it.
But I gotta say that their design is fucking shit. Like they rank right up there with Rock Hole in terms of like design quality.
Oh, the quality of the wood and everything else in them, total crap. But
yeah,
I do love the cabinets. I mean,
I like the size of them, but I
like
don't
the
like
shape of them too. Yeah,
yeah, I just don't like how they are put together.
no, they're crap. And actually, they have more carriage bolts through the side of any other cabinet. Period. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 that I can see from here, and I've got there's another door, a back door from another game sitting on the side of it. I can't even see.
Damn, they really are Frankenstein.
There's 13 carriage bolts that I can see.
Did they ever find your neighbor's stolen truck?
They did, yeah. So eventually, a heroin addict was found camping in it. And it was basically full of stolen stuff from the neighborhood. So yeah, it had my plates on it.
Holy shit!
And it was full of like bikes and shit that was stolen out of people's yards, roof racks.
How about those free Denver bikes that everybody kicks?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Do people still steal those?
the pod of homeless.
Denver people were kicking them.
Well, admittedly there was some people who were pissed off about the scooters when they arrived here.
Yeah, they're all over San Diego now. Actually.
Oh God, I almost tripped over one today. I wasn't paying attention.
Everywhere.
So the first week, people like downtown were just taking them and throwing them into dumpsters.
No, really?
Yeah, really.
I would tip them. Here's $5. Keep going.
Are they still around, or is it?
Yeah, they actually have a permit with the city now.
Wow.
So there's like 5 different companies with like 500 scooters each. It's
as junky as that is. My wife and I rode them around San Diego on our anniversary, and we had a fucking blast.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we ride to a restaurant, we drink beers and stuff, and then riding them around, and they're really fun to ride. It's like a moped, but you're standing on it.
You should have took a Segway.
Yeah,
a Segway.
Oh, that's cool.
A little bit.
They don't have a dock with Segways.
Oh, that's those are $5
You like rent them. These things are like $1 for the first minute and 15 cents a minute for.
Good point.
Yeah.
And then I think we rode them for like 2 or 3 hours, and it costs like $10.
Yeah, it's nothing. Yeah,
it's not that bad, but we had a blast. And what's neat is if it's running low on power, when you park it, they'll tell you where the nearest one is on a GPS map. So you go, oh, it's just like a block away, and you walk over, and it's just sitting there because someone else is done with it. You just scan it with the camera, and it's working for you, and then you cruise with it.
It fixed that last mile thing. That's a problem with transit, where it's like, all right, so I ride the bus or I get on the light rail and do all that stuff, but like, then how do I get from there a mile away to work? And it's like the answer is you can jump on a scooter for like $2.
Yeah, if that. Yeah.
And then then you're at work, and they'll just leave it wherever you find it, or a bike.
Mm-hmm.
Either Uber or Lyft, one of those guys have like the electronic bicycles, so you can get on those things, and they're electronically powered bikes.
Yeah, they had 2 types. They had one by Lyft, and they had another one by the Segway people.
Yeah,
and it's called Bird. I think.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you guys have Bird over there too? Bird is the word.
Bird.
Where's our technology? Where's the Jetsons little chutes?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, where's our floating cars?
Ones we have.
The little what are those fucking vacuum tubes like at the bank? You just like jump in those things.
Yeah.
Futurama action.
Every sidewalk is like a moving walkway, like at the airport.
Mm-hmm. And how come in the Jetsons, everybody's home and building was always on stilts? Like you never got to see the ground part, though. Was it like a total garbage heap down there, or was it another city? Yeah, I don't know. They never show it. Everything's just up on stilts everywhere. So it must be horrible down there.
Everyone. I mean, if your car flies, you got to live in the sky.
Yeah.
But what's down below? I wonder. What's down there?
That's just sewage.
Yeah, they just shit off the edge of the building.
Like your building just poops all over them.
It just has a hole that just falls. You can't do an upper decker; it just goes straight down.
Oh,
You just don't want to live on the lower decker.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's where they put the criminals. You live down there, buddy.
The dark side of death.
oh
Yeah.
no.
You're not in jail, but you can't go anywhere. You're just gonna get shit on. Which is pretty much what we do nowadays too.
Shit on my house.
They get to watch TV though.
Woohoo! Monitor TV.
All right, so we done with our Halloween episode, or
I think
Sure.
yeah,
Oh,
I think
that was a big sigh from Carrie. I think she's.
I
done with her
know.
story.
Well, I have a morning meeting, so I don't get to. But yeah, we thank you for listening to my arcade talk.
For a good chunk of it.
A good chunk of it, I know.
I'm always
Like I have so much.
Was that everything? Well, you had a.
Well, we did a lot of
could save it
repair
for-
stuff and yeah, we could talk for another hour on all the little things we did, but we could save that for next week. Woo! And tomorrow I open up my arcade for all the little ones going through the neighborhood and the big ones.
Yeah,
So-
is anyone else open up the arcade for trick or treaters?
I was thinking about it. It might be kind of awkward to invite people into my apartment.
As a single man, you don't want to do that.
Yeah,
Don't do
you're
that.
opening yourself up for a lawsuit.
Hey, here's some candy. A little,
Yeah.
You better have cameras that cover every inch.
Yeah.
I mean, every
Make
inch
sure you
of
dress
your
up like a
apartment.
clown, Jim. Clown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah,
No,
there you go.
I-
Perfect.
This isn't creepy enough.
Yeah.
A red nose on your.
Yeah.
There's nothing like a single guy in costume inviting children into his home.
Yeah, put on
Let's play Mega.
your
Let's play
Yeah.
Mega Touch.
put on your Casey
Right.
clown outfit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Let me show you how to hold the joystick. Yeah.
Well, Carrie, take some videos. That'd be cool to see, like how you, not with the kids, but just like how you set up your garage to invite people in.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. I'll definitely at least take some pictures. That the challenging part is, but usually by the time I open it all up, it's pretty dark, so it doesn't come out great. But no, I'll definitely take some
Put
pictures. You guys
Christmas
can
lights
see.
or something up
Yeah.
on the
Yeah, and I even
roof.
like printed out some of the the Wreck-It Ralph arcade sick.
Broken.
Yeah, broken signs for the. I only have really legit two of those up. I mean, I also have a sign on rip off, but no one would think that it was working. I mean, because of the place it was. But yeah, so I actually have a lot going on.
Wait, what's broken right now? Rip off and what else?
Well, elevator action
Yeah.
and Forgotten World
Oh,
are the only
okay.
two. Knock on wood, the only two games that, well, I mean, an elevator action obviously is new, but of the games in the regular, in my lineup, in my 3 lanes of games, those are the only two that are in the lineup that are not working. Because I'm waiting for the Forgotten Worlds board to get fixed, and an elevator action obviously just came into the hospital. And 3 cheers to Gino Mule on KLOV, who loaned me his Tempest board.
He
so I
ran
can
all the
have
way to
Tempest
Ace
up in-
Hardware too and picked up some screws
Oh my
for you.
God,
Or
I
no,
know.
yeah.
Yes, we could install leg levelers in the bottom of elevator action. Yeah, we had a fun little arcade repair party. On,
I made a
Saturday.
joke.
That was-
I'm like, give him your grocery list too. There's a grocery outlet right next to Ace Hardware.
Does Gak, does he open his garage up to trick or treaters?
No, I don't think
His
so.
arcade? No.
Maybe, well, in the past, honestly, and he's not here, so I can talk about it. And Jimbo's seen his place. It wasn't exactly normally in, I think, good shape. Like mine's
Well, it's
usually
not
in
arcade
pretty
ready.
good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now of course he's just moved. So maybe we should throw down that gauntlet for him next week and be like,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah.
why
Fix your
don't you,
shit up.
next year.
Well, I remember,
Fix your shit up.
when 1 or 2 times that we were at his place. There it is. Hi.
Look at that! I love that. Look at him looking back.
That's one of my best pictures I
Skeleton
took.
Dick.
Oh my God, that's right.
How about Andrew when he was really hammered and he's playing with his goatee?
No, I apologized to him actually earlier, saying sorry for playing with that.
I just
That-
remember
that
Gino
must
had
have been Saturday night.
It was like before we
shrines.
left. Yeah, everybody was pretty 3 sheets to the wind, as we say.
Not me.
It was a good night though.
Yeah, I was all right.
It's all right.
It was all right. Steve was there late too. Everybody was there late. All the waitresses,
That was
everybody. Yeah,
6 or 6:30 when we left.
that was Saturday. We closed the place. Everybody left early because they had early flights. Everyone bailed around 11.
Me and Ken House and the lady he was with were the last ones in the.
Yeah, you guys stayed for a while.
Yeah,
You guys missed
Skeleton Dick and Matroid, his buddy. Yeah, they all stayed.
Yeah, it's Chris, Ben, and Matt were all there late.
Yeah.
We had the Gak Attack party at the shack. Oh, you guys missed out.
Yeah.
Oh,
What day was that? Was that Saturday or was that Friday?
no, that was Saturday Saturday night we did that.
Oh yeah, Saturday night into Sunday.
Oh, when you got back from Drinkers?
Yeah,
that's when you did it?
Well, me and Gleek got back at 1:00.
Yeah, something.
And
Something like that with the intent on having a couple beers and then going to bed. 3:30 in the fucking morning. We finally are in bed and then trying to wake the slug up so we can get in the car and go back to the airport.
Yeah.
He was still amazed with those Coronitos.
You guys,
those are the moments you remember.
Yeah. You guys missed the party over at our Airbnb. That was the perfect end of the weekend.
Yeah, that was Sunday.
Yes,
Sunday
that was
night.
really nice.
You guys didn't invite us.
It was a great.
You
the
were
whole
gone.
thing.
I know.
You were invited. You just fucking left.
Yeah, Mike was feeling tired, so he bailed though.
Yeah, everyone else showed up though.
Nope.
But yeah,
I had to pack, otherwise I'd have come along.
No, I don't know. It was the
Yeah.
first time, and the Airbnb,
nice.
it doesn't take away from drinkers. It's just when you're away from drinkers, it's like you don't know what's going on. You know,
feels like you're missing something.
Yeah, the Slack channel was everything was dead communication wise.
Well, yeah, we're busy having fun.
Yeah, and fucking no one's cell phone works at Grinkers, so
No, it's actually
No,
kind of
that's true.
keeps you engaged, so you're not
Yeah.
looking at your phone.
God,
The phone is just shit over there.
Yeah, I don't have a phone. I don't have a phone.
You should get
Yeah, that's right.
I just don't have a phone anymore. I guess that's it.
That's
Yeah.
it. It's gone. It's gone.
I
forever.
actually went up to
Yeah, it's
Buffett
gone,
and
it's
back
gone.
and like, so are you
Oh,
gonna drive me
dude.
around aimlessly
Oh.
while I pretend not to have a phone?
I know, that was great.
So funny.
Drinkers
so funny.
5.
Yeah, they all have their moments.
So we've never announced a date, so we had to kind of talk to Pete or Steve about that a little bit.
We also
because
need
last-
to schedule our just casual. We're just gonna crash Grinkers randomly a second time
That's
of the
right.
year.
We got to figure out a second time a year we can just go out there and just.
Yeah.
Like March or something, just show up.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. That'll be that will be fun because
Because once
we
it's
are
just
doing
not
that.
enough, and that would be that'd be a different flavor, and I think that'd be a lot of fun. Just
Maybe
real casual.
instead of and get one Airbnb for all of us, and
yeah, I think that'll
do
work
the
better.
weekend, and then that'll be our trip instead of going to Canada, since I don't know if Orangewood's gonna be ready in time.
I don't know if we should
He's
do
still-
that.
Rooms do we need?
Well, I mean, if he's not ready for it yet,
I think we need like
Oh.
10 rooms or something for all of us.
How many?
Airbnb.
Somebody bring the cardboard cutout for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I would like to do that because I think, and Steve doesn't have to put on a show or anything. It doesn't have to be an event. Like we're just there to hang out. Like it's just we're gonna visit Grinkers.
yeah,
I love
it'll be
the
fun.
idea of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yep.
would love that.
Bring
We
your
can have
band, so they know who is who.
Yeah.
we can have Gleek, or sorry, not Gleek, Gak. He has a 8:30 alarm every morning.
Huh.
With the
That's right.
combination of laughter.
Uh,
Morning, Gak.
So if I can get a chance to come out there next year, what's the next eating bet going to be?
I
no
know.
one's going to challenge you. We have to do like 2-on-1.
Yeah.
Get the Pingo
Yeah.
guy. The Pingo guy would do it.
Oh, stop, Jim! Jesus Christ!
Penguin guy.
The Pingo guy.
Oh yeah, Pengo guy.
Oh God, leave that
Blink
alone.
knows.
Leave it alone.
I won't. He was a dick.
Jim.
He was a
Jim, you
dick.
can't think that way, because then other people can think the same way about you with Punch Out, because you had a killer score and you kept going back to it. So you're the same as that guy, okay?
No,
yeah, you are.
No, I'm
That's
not.
like a half
not by
hour
a long
game.
shot.
Why?
That's
I
not,
think
a
that
half,
thing.
that's not a half-hour game.
I made a funny
Oh,
comment,
come on.
but Clint didn't take it very funny because Jim
No.
was playing for like hours on one game. I said to Clint, "Yeah, this is boring." He goes, "Yeah, that's why there's 50 people watching him."
That one older dude was pretty good at Punch Out and Super Punch Out with the white hair.
What's his name? I think his name was Steve or something like that. Yeah, it started with an S. I think
Nobody's updated it on the picture yet, so I never knew what his name was.
Yeah. Somebody, you guys got to complete that picture. I don't know everybody.
That's what I'm saying, though. He wasn't that far behind me on that game.
Doing our best, but I don't know if you know who anyone else who is on that picture.
I posted like 30 people. So
I know I just caught up a few today. If I can get a high enough resolution version that actually has everyone's badges next to their faces, maybe.
Yeah,
that did not come out at all. You can't see any numbers at all.
It didn't. I mean, it's a fucking iPhone. I mean, it's only a 12 megapixel fucking phone.
Wait, you're saying Apple isn't like the best thing in the world?
Only a 12 megapixel phone.
Well, maybe next year,
like
probably having somebody walk in and taking multiple pictures.
Picture this big.
Yeah, because it's a good idea, but just having that person take 4 or 5 pictures so that
they need to like
can
zoom
see.
in and like get pictures of
exactly
the whole thing.
Yeah.
With the badges.
Next year, we're learning every year.
Well, just make all the badges big like John's.
Yeah.
I know.
All right, so yeah, we'll go ahead and do that next year. We'll make everyone's 11 by 17 badges. That's great. Why don't we just do custom prints for everyone's T-shirt?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Hey, now,
like high score in the back.
No need to get all defensive about a joke.
Oh, I was up for it too.
Dude, it was my fucking joke. I'm the one who printed out those giant badges. All right, are we done?
That was awesome too.
Yeah,
we're done. I got to take this wig off. It's itchy.
Yeah.
It's midnight here, so.
It's only 2 a.m. here.
My mind's blown.
Does the carpet match the curtains?
Right.
That's all right. All right.
Carpet match the drapes.
Sorry.
No,
Drapes,
I've heard curtains.
I'm sorry.
The curtains.
Does your couch match your Davenport?
You're right. Yeah.
Nice.
All right, we're done. Who wants to take us out?
Credenza.
Somebody take us out of here.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for everybody for joining us tonight.
Oh wait, no, here we go.
I'm the longest running, continuously running arcade podcast on YouTube with 200% more girls.
Yes.
One of my girls went I got to the house, the grass is over the